Meet the self-proclaimed power couple. Our main character just roasted this golden boy's girlfriend into ashes. She whined, "Babe, this trash is disrespecting me. Teach him a painful lesson." Our guy casually invited him to throw hands. Mr. Shiny Armor unleashed a flashy vertical strike, landing right on his shoulder. But wait. 0 damage. The arrogant duo froze in pure shock. That is when our boy's true identity drops. He is the legendary player, Zero. Why does that name break the internet? Listen closely. Every veteran adventurer was sweating bullets because the most lethal dungeon portal had just spawned. The crowd spotted this pale dude strolling toward the death trap. They yelled at him to freeze, bragging that the absolute best guild in town was arriving. Spectators were drooling. Man, his shiny gear costs more than my entire bloodline. But right then, the rich kid's plastic girlfriend recognized our hero. Yup, she is the ex-girlfriend of his body's original owner. She marched up, aggressively calling him pathetic garbage, who had no right to look at this sacred portal. But our absolute menace just smiled, asking if she missed his late-night bedroom workouts. The audacity. She completely panicked, clinging to her shiny knight, claiming her new man was 1,000,000 times better than a broke loser. The golden boy smirked at our main character. Yeah, getting dumped stings, huh? But our savage king instantly fired back. Nah, I already maxed out her durability. Enjoy my hand-me-downs. Emotional damage level infinity. The girl threw a massive tantrum, begging her boyfriend to annihilate him, but Mr. Shiny was secretly terrified. Sensing our hero's monstrous aura, he played it cool, faking indifference as he walked away. He bragged about farming this epic dungeon, while calling our boy a lifelong failure. The sheepish crowd cheered for the rich kid. A random bystander sighed to our hero. Us broke guys can never beat the golden spoon. But our hero just smirked. Anyone can level up and crush the heavens. The bystander was absolutely stunned, a spark of hope finally igniting in his heart. Meanwhile, inside the dungeon, the furious ex complained, "That trash totally humiliated me. Why didn't you destroy him?" The coward lied through his teeth, claiming he had to protect his noble family's precious reputation. But he swore that soon, the loser would beg on his knees. He grabbed her heavily used but heavily upgraded assets to calm her down. A bit later, our absolute Chad casually stepped into the portal. Massive explosions shook the zone. Shiny Boy's squad was getting absolutely wiped. His elite teammates begged to forfeit. Pushing forward was pure suicide. But suddenly, they glanced sideways. Our hero emerged from the shadows like the god of the night. Shiny Boy raged, but our hero just smirked. They screamed at him to back off immediately. Ignoring them, he triggered the dungeon's final boss phase. The system instantly kicked all the weaklings out of the instance. A terrifying armored scorpion boss erupted from the ground. That is when our hero summoned his own demonic armored beast. Both titans clashed, trading blows with insane health regeneration. They were hitting for a pathetic 22 damage. Brother, literally nobody is dying at this pace. Epic parries, reckless charges, explosive fireballs, blood and endless smoke. Finally, our boss stomped on the monster's carcass. World chat exploded. The system announced that player 0 shattered the server record. Shiny Boy and his plastic girl dropped their jaws to the floor. Our main character noted her jaw was not the only thing he had stretched wide. Honestly, the golden duo was having a massive existential crisis. Did he really solo that nightmare? It defied all gaming logic, boiling with envy. Shiny Boy ordered his guildhounds to track down this mysterious Zero. Now let us uncover the cheat code of our hero. Flashback time. He was the server's absolute peak prodigy over 100 years ago. But tragedy struck. His hidden class, a legendary necromancer tamer hybrid, required an astronomically cursed amount of upgrade points. For any normal human, that was a deleted account waiting to happen. Summons drained your mana. Weapon upgrades drained your soul. Even breathing with this class drained your energy. Everyone called it a trash trap for noobs. So what did he do? He activated an auto-farming macro and went into a 100-year cryo-sleep. Talk about legendary away from keyboard grinding. Centuries later, he awakened in this weakling's body. He snapped a dungeon portal open like a soda can, and the system chimed, "Welcome back, veteran player." Offline for 100 years. No big deal. His auto-farm had been harvesting 70 energy points every single second. Let us crunch those numbers. Boom, 221 billion points sitting in his vault. The exact curse that made his class utter garbage just made him an untouchable god. His first move, strolling into a beginner shop, blowing all his base coins on a rusty 1-star staff. The shopkeeper stared at him like he had lost his mind. Bro, for that kind of cash, you could have bought a full golden armor set. That beginner stick is notoriously unupgradable. but our madman just smiled, casually dumping billions of hoarded points into it. Upgrade. Upgrade. Booma, golden tier unlocked. The literal trash stick had just transformed into the server's most heaven-defying weapon. Armed to the teeth, he walked into the wild and one-shot a massive mutant rat. Meanwhile, other sweaty players were tickling these beasts for too pathetic damage. Huge guilds were forming massive raid parties just for a single rat. Yet our solo king was casually erasing them from existence without breaking a sweat. Everyone started bowing, calling him the big boss. Random girls started flocking, begging to join his elite party. One chick swore she was a holy healer. Girl, please. You are literally wearing a dark witch hat. Huge guilds marched up, desperately throwing contracts at him. One beauty straight up offered herself as his girlfriend on the spot. But our Sigma male dodged every single trap without breaking stride. The man has epic dungeons to farm and a demon scorpion to level up. He has zero time for mortal distractions. He finally found his pet, Carl, a battered NPC whose entire bloodline became scorpion snacks handed out a vengeance quest. Naturally, our main character accepted. He strolled into the bug-infested factory and began erasing every armored critter from existence. He even big-brained the boss scorpion into spawning early after a massive bug massacre. Just as his mana bar seemingly hit zero, two sneaky vultures jumped from the shadows to steal his loot. Huge plot twist. He was absolutely loaded with mana. The entire struggle was a genius trap. He vaporized those two clowns, claimed the giant boss, as his personal pet power leveled it instantly and strolled away like an absolute boss. That giant bug, his shiny golden weapon, and those stacked levels explain exactly why he marched into that rare dungeon, like a total VIP. It is also why the ultimate attack from Mr. Shiny Boy did absolutely zero damage. He dramatically cracks his knuckles, warning them to brace for an absolute beatdown. Now Luo is standing there with his weapon raised, ready to delete this absolute joke of a player. Suddenly, Yao completely loses his mind. The dude is shaking like a leaf, screaming, "Hold up, do you know who I am? I lead the Supreme Guild, and my dad practically owns the city." Luo simply yawns and says, "Cool story, bro." Wham! He launches the rich kid right into orbit. A single strike turns his premium armor into absolute dust. Suddenly, the system chimes with a golden alert. Supreme Star Glory is now online. The tutorial voice chimes in to say that, because this rich fool swung first, his name is Flashing Gray. This grants Luo 10 glorious minutes to completely and legally destroy him, with absolutely zero consequences. Here is the basic gamer logic for you newbies. Usually every player name is pure white, but the exact moment you strike an innocent target, you become gray. In that window of shame, your target gets full revenge rights. They can steal your shoes, take your dignity, or send you to the respawn screen, and the server admins will just applaud. However, if the aggressor actually wins, they earn a glowing red name of doom. They get smacked with 100 sin points, essentially ruining their gaming life. Red players are banned from towns, blocked from logging out, and forced to farm weak mobs for an eternity just to wash away their crimes. Otherwise, they just wait to be hunted down by bounty hunters. Oh, and dying means kissing your levels, your hard-earned experience, and your shiny gear completely goodbye. Moving on, since Yao turned himself into a human piñata, Luo happily vacuums up all of his fancy gear. Meanwhile, Lin is frozen like an absolute statue, watching her sugar daddy get stripped clean in 4K resolution. Task successfully completed, Luo prepares to guide Irene back to the village for his payout. Suddenly, Lin crawls over and clings to his thigh like a desperate leech. She cries about how the system only gives 2 revive items weekly. Having wasted one already dying again would literally leave her bankrupt and completely vulnerable for future disasters. So she switches to the ultimate gold digger tactic, batting her eyelashes. "Hey handsome, remember our special chemistry? I never stopped loving you." Luo stares at the trash, glances at Irene, and continues his stroll in absolute silence. Maximum Sigma energy, Lin's fake tears instantly morph into demonic rage, screeching nasty insults as he fades into the distance with Irene. Skip ahead, and the protection job is done. The loot drops are absolutely wild. He scores a basic ice wand. After casually blowing 22,256 energy points to upgrade it 144 times. Yep, absolute madness. It mutates into a golden rarity god weapon named the Frost Scepter Destroyer. It swallowed an absolute ocean of mana. But to Luo, that is mere spare change. He also bags a standard pet egg. Since his inventory is stuffed with these useless drops from his mindless grinding, he tosses them all to his trusty bug as a massive buffet. In a flash of glorious light, his pet transcends into an elite silver-armored scorpion. Let us review his insane setup. Our guy wields a 2-star legendary stick, an elite battle bug, and the stolen premium wardrobe of Yao. He is officially prepared to slaughter the Dimension final boss. But wait, he needs potions. He unplugs from the Matrix and returns to reality, hoping for a quick snack break. The exact moment his eyes open, his phone vibrates aggressively. The hospital staff is fuming. They demand 390,000 credits for his brother Jiang Xiao. Pay up today, or the life support gets completely yanked. Luo stays completely chill, however. He smoothly asks for the billing code, promising to drop the cash in 10 minutes. His master plan: liquidate his stolen gold-tier loot, which easily fetches millions in cash. Saving the original body owner sibling is basic rent for hijacking this meat suit. Suddenly, the merciless game interface slaps him with a massive error. The items are soul-bound. Our overpowered genius is broke and cursed with untradeable pixels. Even if he pawns every single silver coin, he barely scrapes together 10,000. Not even a fraction of the hospital bill. Now this god-tier gamer is sadly swiping through job boards, searching for a paycheck. Standard trainer gigs pay a measly $50 an hour. That cash flow is painfully slow. Total snooze fest. But then, a wild job posting appears. The username is Remoro, and no, this ain't a friendly slime. This listing is completely sus. A professional coach wanted reward. 300,000 Luo's eyes turn into dollar signs. But wait, the comment section is a total dumpster fire. This exact request pops up every single Awakening season. And the catch: every coach who takes the job ends up 6 feet under. Does our greedy protagonist care? Absolutely not. Danger and 300,000 in the same sentence. Sounds like a profitable Tuesday. Without skipping a beat, he immediately dials the shady employer. A female voice answers instantly, dropping the hardcore terms and conditions. Rule 1, the client is a total scrub. Rule 2, clear the entire first zone. Luo just chuckles. He flexes instantly. First and second zones, consider it done. But my premium fee is 390,000. She counters without blinking. I will pay you 400,000, but only if my little sister survives. Scene change. Big Sis is chilling in a 50-monitor command center. Total mastermind energy. She orders Luo to sprint to the Doomsday Town spawn point. You have exactly 10 minutes. Skip the boring travel montage. Luo struts through the portal like a boss. Soloing the starter zone is a total joke, but bagging 400 grand to babysit, that is highway robbery. Scanning the area, he spots his target. A cloaked figure hiding in the shadows. Maximum edgy aesthetic. Luo confidently marches toward his new paycheck, but the background players are whispering like crazy. Yo, even with the disguise, everyone knows her. It is the infamous disaster caster. The whole server is basically eating popcorn, watching to see if this crazy duo is actually going to party up. Luo sends the invite and instantly shifts into sensei mode. Listen up, newbie. To escape the first zone, we need 1,000 monster kills and 10 shiny coins. He casually drops the system penalties. You deal 0 damage to enemies 5 levels above you. Even if I drop them to 1 health point, you cannot steal the kill. So, step 1, we have to power level your stats. A wild scorpion appears. Luo instantly flexes his overpowered aura. Boom, he freezes the beast with a massive ice crystal trap. Easy pickings. He signals his student to claim the free experience points. Bam, her level skyrockets by 3 instantly, but instead of celebrating, she totally spaces out. System error in her brain. Suddenly, a second scorpion launches a sneak attack. Luo dashes with godlike speed. He yanks her to safety and crushes the bug in one flawless motion. Now he is holding the pink-haired beauty, scanning the battlefield like a true main character. Cue the romance filter. Sparkles literally fill her eyes. The female lead has successfully caught feelings. She is completely lost in his handsome profile, completely ignoring his tactical commands to keep moving. Venturing deeper into the woods, Luo casually asks her age. She shyly holds up 2 fingers and a 1. 21. The silent treatment is getting mighty suspicious. But the real mindbender, she has been stuck at starter tier for 3 whole years. Awakenings happen at 18. What is her deal? His scam radar is pinging. Finally, the girl drops her hood. With a heartbreakingly grateful expression, she begs him to abandon her. Take half the cash and run. Just please keep this a secret. Hearing her voice, Luo simply smirks and hits her with a hard pass. Not a chance. I promised your sis a full clear and my professional pride is on the line. The poor girl turns ghost white. You do not understand, she cries out. I possess the Star of Calamity, a literal walking disaster. Teaming up with me guarantees a brutal, unlucky death. Any normal gamer would log out instantly. But Luo, his crazy eyes just light up. Wait, a disaster vessel. That sounds like secret boss loot. He practically salivates at the danger. But before the lore drop finishes, a massive mob ambushes them. Haters everywhere. They start flaming the girl, screaming that she is a cursed existence. Her reputation is pure poison. Party with her and you die. But if you manage to eliminate her, the system rewards massive experience and rare energy. Suddenly, the entire lobby is staring at her like a super rare treasure chest. She panics, begging Luo to flee from these high-level griefers. But escape is blocked. Guess who just entered the chat? Yao and his entire squad of bullies. strutting in like absolute bosses. A random player tries asking Yao what is happening, but Yao just aggressively shoves the extra aside. He marches straight to Luo, grabbing his collar with the smuggest grin imaginable. Luo just stares at him 0% intimidated and deadpans. "What are you here to donate more free loot like yesterday?" Then he drops a brutal smirk. "Oh wait, your resurrection scroll is on a 7-day cooldown, right?" Our boy really just casually reminded this clown about getting absolutely clapped in their last duel. But this fool still has not learned his lesson, signaling his squad to step up. Luo and his pink-haired client just stand there blinking in awkward silence. Yao looks totally confused. He turns around and summons his underling Waku, who has been lurking in the background with his sword drawn ready to gank our main character. But then, plot twist of the century, Yao storms up to Waku and starts hilariously beating the absolute stuffing out of him, screaming that he specifically requested something else, not weapons. Seconds later, Yao's entire chaotic guild surrounds Luo in a perfect circle, and every single one of them humbly drops a premium gift box at his feet. Lin completely loses her mind, screeching at Yao about this madness. Yao ignores her existence entirely and just snaps, "Shut your mouth." This leaves her paralyzed in shock, jaw straight on the floor, trembling behind the guild members like a kicked puppy. Yao dramatically clears his throat, telling Luo that he personally handpicked these legendary gifts just for him as an apology. Then comes the massive bombshell. He wants Luo to join his guild, offering a mind-blowing salary of 500,000 per month. The crowd instantly flatlines. Total, absolute shock. Even Lin cannot bite her tongue, mocking Luo that a broke, pathetic nobody like him could never dream of making that kind of cash. Not even in 10 years of grinding, so he must accept. In her head, Lin is playing 4 chess. If Luo joins up, Yao is happy and she gets to bully our hero again. Talk about 2 birds with 1 epic stone. But Luo does not immediately decline. Instead, he drops the most utterly savage condition ever. "I only team up with players stronger than me. So prove your might first. Then maybe I will consider it." Lin is completely short-circuiting. She cannot fathom why this dirt-poor beast tamer is rejecting 500,000 shiny coins when he is literally drowning in hospital debt. Luo stares directly into her soul and delivers a brutal verbal fatality. "Trash always sticks with trash. Unlike you, my pride is not for sale." Lin instantly turns tomato red with pure, unadulterated rage. Luo casually strolls away, ordering them to step aside because he has monsters to farm. Lin blocks his path, screeching at the guild to attack, but in a massive twist, Yao orders his entire squad to stand down and let the man walk. Luo glides past them without giving a single microscopic care. Lin desperately tries stirring the pot, hissing that Luo is disrespecting their authority and needs to be punished. Yao just coldly repeats himself. "I said, let him leave. Are your ears malfunctioning?" Lin immediately freezes in terror. She realizes Yao is not mad at Luo, he is furious with her. As Luo and the pink-haired girl vanish into the woods, the whole guild just awkwardly stands there. One minion turns to Yao, suggesting they should just assassinate Luo now, since he embarrassed their boss and is acting incredibly cocky. But before he can even finish his sentence, Yao punches him right in the jaw. Then, flashing a completely psychotic, thrilled smile, Yao whispers the painful struggle of chasing a prize is what makes it fun. Easy loot is just incredibly boring. Lin tries to act falsely cute, asking why he changed his tune when he was literally trying to murder Luo an hour ago. Yao aggressively grabs her face, claiming it was love at first respawn when Luo killed him. Then he asks the golden question: how does a broke beast tamer deal that much critical damage? Luo is clearly a hidden boss, which means Yao absolutely must recruit him. Meanwhile, Lin is practically foaming at the mouth with hatred, vowing to make Luo regret everything. Fast forward to midnight. The moonlight hits perfectly as Luo and Sujin trek through the forest. Suddenly, she softly thanks him for saving her life, too shy to even make eye contact. Luo's beautifully toxic response: "I lose my paycheck if you die. Do not flatter yourself." Sujin just sighs sadly, admitting she doubts he can actually help her conquer the first world. Luo stops and turns around, utterly baffled. How does a player with zero confidence even post a mercenary quest on the forums? You literally could have just stayed safely logged out, but you still spawned in and braved the first world. Make it make sense. Her face drops. That was my sister. She is the one refusing to quit. I gave up ages ago. Then she slowly opens her glowing status window, revealing a terrifying hidden class, the Vessel of Disaster. She explains that anyone cursed with this nightmarish job can only hunt monsters in a party. The only cure is clearing the first world. A brutal grind she has been stuck on for 3 straight years. Luo's gamer brain instantly goes into overdrive. He finally realizes that beyond the basic starter jobs, insanely rare hidden classes actually exist. Classes. If a special class user actually breaks their cursed limits, their level skyrockets straight to high tier or even mythic status. But plot twist. It is practically impossible for normal folks, and one fail means hello, endless cycle of suffering. Sujin slumps against a tree, totally defeated. Ever since her awakening 3 years ago, she has failed the tutorial world hundreds of times. She cannot catch a break. And worse, the troll system literally bans her from partying with anyone a 10-level difference from her. Talk about rigged. Without a level 10 plus carry beating the world boss is pure fantasy. Tears completely flood her face as she cries out, "Just leave me, I am doomed." But our boy Lu Ho just stares with absolute Chad energy and drops the line, "I will carry you through this world, promise." Her eyes bug out. She rushes over, desperately grabbing his arm. 3 years of being the server joke finally coming to an end. Lu Ho gently pats her hand. "Let us roll then. If we are going to smash this tutorial, we need to move." So after that massive dose of anime motivation, the duo preps for the boss room. First, they gotta speedrun the unlock quests. The requirements, super basic. Go farm 1,000 mobs and snatch 10 silver coins. Easy, right? For our overpowered main character, it is a joke. He is casually mopping the floor with the local wildlife. Sujin is just standing there, jaw literally unhinged, watching him delete entire packs of boars. She is internally screaming, "What kind of hacked account did I just party with?" After utterly steamrolling the grind, Lu asks if she is ready for the big bad. She nods, but she is shaking like a leaf. He tilts his head. "You good?" She looks down, completely flustered. She admits he is so busted he could have just told her to kick rocks. But nope, he is actually carrying a random noob. It literally makes zero sense to her. Our boy, flexing his fake humility, shrugs. "I am just a super average, totally normal guy." Cue the massive romance flags. She falls instantly. Meanwhile, Lu is sweating bullets, thinking, "I probably should not mention my bank account has too many zeros." System prompt interrupts. Ready to fight the boss. He instantly smashes the yes button. No hesitation. A terrifying demon portal rips open, and they stroll inside like it is a fast food drive-thru. Boom, scenery change. Welcome to the abyss. The system drops the ultimate ultimatum. 60 minutes to roast the Berserker Swine King. Fail, and back to the boring grind you go. The system tosses them some premium potions, revival scrolls, and insanely expensive loot. Even though Lu knows he can turn this pig into bacon blindfolded, he yoinks the freebies anyway. Plus, he brought out the big guns. God-tier armor for his trusty Silver Scorpion. With this pet tank, it is over. Suddenly, the ground shakes. They are staring down the Berserker Swine King. This level 10 unit is the absolute bouncer of the tutorial realm. His entire job, gatekeeping the nightmare zone and deleting noobs from existence. Sujin tries to act tough, ready to help, but she is visibly terrified. I mean, 2 people against a raid boss. Pure insanity. Lu sees her trembling, so he casually tells her to just chill in the back. Only heal the bug if it cries. She panics for his safety, but our main character just flashes an overpowered smirk, then drops the coolest line. "Do not worry, I am just going to delete this pig." The Swine King rushes in like a freight train, and Lu yeets a massive fireball right at its ugly snout. But this porker is built different. Armor thicker than a tank, the blast does 0 damage. Lu does the quick math and chooses violence. Spam magic until it cooks. He goes full turret mode and finally burns through the defenses while his scorpion tanks the aggro like an absolute boss. The boss hits second phase and recklessly charges at Lu. He cleanly sidesteps. He looks away for 1 split second to check his pet, and the boss pulls a nasty U-turn. Sujin screams her lungs out dodge, but our guy does not even flinch. 0 panic. He is totally cooking up a massive, big brain play. The man is about to pull a pro-gamer move. Just as this massive chunk of bacon gets into melee range, Lu unleashes a super ice strike, freezing the boss solid. But this steroid pig is not going down that easy. With insane resistance stats, it shatters the ice like cheap glass and roars. A terrifying roar shakes the ground. Sujun panics, screaming a warning. When this absolute unit gets mad, it unleashes a deadly ground-smashing attack that deletes everything. Meanwhile, the boss is already going full bacon mode on the scorpion, absolutely destroying the poor bug. Our main character desperately pulls aggro, screaming at Sujin to heal his pet, because there is 0 chance he is losing 400,000 gold today. But even with Sujun spamming heals, it is barely a scratch against this beefy pork tank. The scorpion needs a timeout to regenerate, or it is getting sent to the Shadow Realm. With the battle going completely sideways, time is literally running out. Lu just sighs. "Screw it, fine, I will do it myself." He steps right up to the boss. Flexing his shiny 2-star golden gear, he goes absolutely berserk. Spamming fire and ice magic at the exact same time, Sujun's jaw basically hits the floor. Wait a minute, how is he dual casting? Conflicting elements, that defies the game's logic. But our boy is just built different. After an epic showdown, the boss finally collapses. This absolute mountain of bacon is now just extra large floor loot. A glorious system notification pops up. First clear for the Wild Boar King epic drops scatter everywhere, which Lu instantly greed loots like a pro. Suddenly, a golden light wraps around Sujun. The system announces she shattered her cursed class limits. The Vessel of Calamity is gone. She just awakened the epic hidden class, Taboo Sorcerer. Sujun straight up bawls her eyes out, not just because she dodged a cursed fate, but mostly because her level just skyrocketed. 2 glowing portals suddenly spawn. The red gate leads to the dangerous second floor, and the blue gate is the exit to reality. Our hero instantly dashes for the blue door. Because he has insane hospital bills to pay, and nobody has time for extra dungeon crawling. Sujun blinks in confusion, asking where the heck he is running off to. Lu smirks. To get my money from your sister, obviously. Meanwhile, back in reality, a drop-dead, gorgeous boss babe is enjoying her penthouse view. Her assistant bursts in, claiming the mysterious Carrie, just called saying, the impossible quest is done. She rolls her eyes. Yeah, right, top guilds failed this for 3 straight years, and he finished it in half a day. She brushes him off as a total scammer, telling him to wait for her sister's confirmation before she drops a single dime. But right as she is about to block his number, her little sister bursts through the doors, jumping with joy about clearing the dungeon and unlocking an epic class. The big sister absolutely loses her mind, praising her for pulling off a miracle that baffled their entire family. Then she asks how many elite pros did that guy send. Sujun just holds up a single finger, literally just one dude. The next second, the boss babe is sweating bullets, frantically scrolling the hunter forums like a madwoman turning to Sujun with wide eyes. Was that guy the legendary player breaking the internet right now? The mythical rookie named Zero Sujun just nods. The boss starts stress-biting her nails, her capitalist brain working overtime, realizing if Zero and her sister just cleared the uncleared, it means one massive, undeniable truth. She desperately needs to lock this guy down immediately. Mind made up, she hits the panic button. Emergency guild meeting right now. They must poach this monster rookie before rival guilds wake up. Anyway, guys, ignore the fourth wall break. Let us stare at this glorious panel for a second. Scene cuts back to our boy. And guess what? The bag has been secured. He instantly transfers the massive loot straight to his little brother's hospital account. He dials the medical staff, asking if they need more cash. Lu is sweating bullets, begging them to cure his brother immediately. But the doctor drops an absolute bombshell, saying his brother's condition just tanked. He needs high-level observation for months, and the new medical fee is going to be another 50,000 credits. Hearing this, Lu mentally facepalms for turning down extra cash earlier. But fate has crazy timing. His phone instantly rings again. It is an exclusive invite from the elite Misty Rain Pavilion Guild. Vice Guild Master Sujinya is on the line, dropping a sugar mommy tier offer. 30,000 base salary plus full premium insurance. Since our boy is broke and desperate to save his brother, he takes the bait. He accepts but drops a massive condition. I will carry your raids, sure, but absolutely nobody touches my personal freedom. Sujinya brings this diva demand to the guild elders. And oh boy, the boomers are furious. They are losing their minds. Guild loyalty is supposed to be absolute. If this punk wants total freedom, why even join a corporate guild? The sheer audacity. Every single elder in the boardroom votes to reject this arrogant rookie. But the boss smirks from her throne. Why? Because her precious little sister Sujun personally vouched for him. She looks at Sujinya, asking why he is worth the drama. The Vice Master drops the nuke. He is the absolute legend who shattered their 100-year record in under a single day. Hidden class users are stupidly rare. The guild needs him signed immediately. But the big boss is still sweating the details. Seeing this hesitation, Suji slams her hands on the table. She fiercely defends Luo. Sujing instantly backs her up, claiming his ridiculous demands are totally worth the investment. With both top-tier ladies fiercely pressuring him, the boss instantly crumbles. Luo is officially hired. Meanwhile, back in his cozy bedroom, our guy is running the math. He is calculating fat stacks of cash. With this massive bonus, his brother's medical bills are fully covered. Life is finally good. Ring ring. It is Su Jing ordering him to the main office. Time to clock in. But Luo casually yawns. Nah, I will just work from home. Su Jing's blood pressure spikes. The absolute nerve of this guy, but they desperately need his power. She grits her teeth and swallows her pride. Fine remote work it is. Hanging up, Luo stretches his arms. With real-life money issues completely solved, his gamer soul is itching for more loot. Time to conquer the second realm. Without hesitation, he steps into the glowing red portal. Welcome to Nordentown, the system cheerfully announces. A so-called safe zone surrounded by a rotting undead army. Disgusting mutated zombies roam everywhere. To clear this stage, he needs 2 things. Beat the secret dungeon and survive 3 massive enemy waves. Only then can he face the zone boss. But wait. The secret dungeon requires level 15. Time for a grinding montage. Suddenly, Captain Norris starts aggressively screaming at the local guards. Move faster before the next flesh-eating wave hits. Turns out this pathetic safe zone lacks basic weapons. They are getting swarmed daily. Norris spots Luo's main character Aura from a mile away. He desperately begs for our hero's help to scavenge materials. Luo immediately checks his system interface. Out of 10 quests, this is the absolute hardest. Targets range from level 11 up to level 20. High risk means ridiculously fat loot. His gamer brain accepts the mission instantly. The captain practically cries tears of joy. Out in the wasteland, the ruined military base is a literal zombie buffet. Luo summons his giant armored scorpion. Time to exterminate some trash. He launches a blazing fireball. Splash. It barely leaves a scratch. Oh, great fire resistance. Time for plan B. Frost magic. He commands his loyal monster pet to charge the front lines. Pull all their aggro. Be my meat shield. He smugly waits for his bug to steamroll the undead. He plans to snipe them comfortably from the back. But plot twist, his pet is an absolute savage. The giant bug is violently ripping the zombies to shreds. It is brutally effective, but way too messy for Luo's elegant tastes. Fine, I will do it myself. He brandishes his staff. Glacial power surges. One frosty blast, later the monsters shatter into dust. But wait, this was a level 11 elite, his epic reward, 3 pathetic rusty bronze coins. Seriously, Luo's eye twitches. Screw this. He unleashes an absolute magical massacre. He turns the entire horde into frozen popsicles. His total loot, just 50 miserable fire cores. This garbage drop rate is a total scam. He seriously contemplates abandoning this trash tier quest. Plus, his stomach is aggressively growling. Time to log out for a much-needed snack break. Boom, a monstrous roar violently shakes the ground. What in the world is that? Any pro gamer knows that sound. The regional boss has just spawned into the chat. A towering Lord Zombie breaches the perimeter. Well then, forget the real-world snacks. No true player walks away from a field boss. Luo's eyes shine with absolute capitalist greed. Visions of legendary tier loot dance in his head, hunger completely forgotten. But the monster has eyes too. The beast instantly retaliates with a devastating frost wave. Boom, direct hit. Luo spits blood. Wait, this bastard uses the exact same elements. His elemental advantage is totally useless here. The damage output is pathetic. Then the boss violently shifts aggro. Crunch It instantly one-shots his giant scorpion. System warning. 3 hours until pet revival. This is a massive disaster. Without a meat shield, can our squishy mage survive 3 hours of pure hell? The plan is completely trashed. This boss monster is stupidly overpowered, and our boy is officially sweating bullets. Suddenly, a sneak attack hits the beast. He turns around like, "Yo, paycheck lady. What are you doing here?" Sujin completely ignores him. She just keeps blasting spells, shouting that she will run crowd control while he plays the heavy hitter and actually kills the thing. Right after that, she leaps into action, smashing the monster with a fireball while dropping a ray of light technique to lock it down. Our guy is just standing there flabbergasted. She is casting 3 skills simultaneously with absolute zero sweat. Like, who even does that? This must be the broken power of the taboo sorcerer class. Well, now that the cavalry is here, he decides to stop slacking. He charges up his ultimate move. Together, their combined attack completely deletes this level 14 zombie from existence. Scooping up the sweet loot, Luo goes, "Thanks for the carry, split the drops." But Sujin acts super humble, waving it off. She literally just spawned in to do her own quest and saw him soloing the boss like a total madman. She insists she should be the one thanking him, not the other way around. Our boy is so confused. He blinks and goes, "Wait, did not your sister already pay me for this?" Even though they already met, she decides to reboot the relationship. She goes full formal mode like, "Greetings, I am Sujin." So our hero introduces himself properly too. Suddenly, Luo realizes they are in the exact same guild, doing the exact same quest. He suggests a party invite and asks about her stats. Sujin gets super hyped and fully geeks out. She brags that her crowd control skills are about to upgrade to taboos, meaning they last 30% longer, plus a 30% cooldown reduction. Our boy is just staring at her thinking, damn, this girl is the ultimate support waifu for future raids. But instead of sticking around to flirt, he completely spins around and walks away. Sujin panics like, where are you going? Our Sigma male says he needs to hit up Nording real quick, but promises to meet back in 10 minutes. Folks, it looks like Sujin is catching major feelings, because apparently she once swore to marry the man who broke her curse, but then her face turns tomato red, and she is like, nope, that is weird, brain, stop it. Meanwhile, in Nording, Luo is admiring all his shiny new loot, trying on gear like a runway model. He equips the dashing boots of ice and fire for a sweet +10 agility. Dripping with style, our guy realizes he needs way stronger skills to cheese the high-level bosses, so he dumps points into his super flaming bullet. After testing the ridiculous damage output, Luo is feeling incredibly smug, walking around with total main character energy. Just then, Sujin pings him with a guild invite since his shopping spree in Nording is done. He smashes that accept button and heads back. A little while later, they are strolling together and Sujin is heavily simping over his raw power. He returns the favor, hyping up her insane crowd control skills. She blushes super hard and admits her older sister actually min-maxed her skill tree for her. As they keep chatting, Sujin cannot hold back her curiosity. She asks if our boy is secretly hiding mythical gear because absolutely nobody hits that hard without a pay-to-win inventory. Luo brushes it off perfectly, claiming he is just a basic mythical class shifter. Nothing special at all. Sujin instantly calls Cap. She points out that the news has not reported a single mythical awakening all year. Our protagonist just flashes a mysterious smirk and tells her to believe whatever she wants, knowing damn well his awakening was anything but basic. Once they completely wipe the floor with the fire and ice zombies, they lock onto their next farming target, poison cores. So they march toward the toxic zone. But suddenly, their guild chat blows up with an ultra-urgent ping. The message basically screams, "Get back to the base right now, or you are getting kicked." Sujin is utterly baffled by the sudden hostile summoning. Our boy asks who sent the threat. She sighs, saying it is Chen Jun, the branch master of Linhai City. And the only reason this clown is in charge, because his daddy and her uncle, the big boss, were sworn brothers. Total nepotism. After weighing their options, they decide they better teleport over to the headquarters. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, absolute hell has broken loose. A massive raid party is fighting a boss zombie, and this monster is so horribly overpowered that everyone is getting clapped. To make things spicier, two rival guilds crash the party. Half the squad is fighting the boss, while the rest are throwing hands with each other. Liu Yao is literally clashing swords with Captain Norris. Suddenly, our main guy struts onto the battlefield with pure main character energy. He smirks and asks why the heck they are beating up his guildmates. Okay, let us hit the rewind button by 1 hour to explain this absolute chaos. A gigantic wave of undead crashed the gates, and the raid team was getting totally wrecked trying to survive. They quickly realized they were completely doomed without a crowd control expert to nuke the Lord Zombie. So Chen Jun desperately yells to hold the line until Sujin gets there. Cut to Sujin and our boy finally making their grand entrance, and instantly the peanut gallery starts whispering. The mob is spilling tea about her, loudly pointing out her elite Su family bloodline and calling her the ultimate ice queen. Then they roast Luo, claiming that even if he broke her curse, the guy looks softer than tofu and definitely lacks high-tier skills. Hearing the peanut gallery barking, Sujin immediately drops the cold act, begging Luo to ignore the stupid rumors. And for reasons she cannot even explain, the so-called Ice Queen turns bright red and flustered. Chen catches her acting completely lovesick and gets hyped until he spots the random dude beside her. His smile completely vanishes. He immediately interrogates our boy, demanding to know why she is hanging out with him alone. Sujin coldly snaps that it is none of his damn business. But Chen tries to play the smooth guy, claiming he is just worried and has to protect her from creeps. Bro is literally acting like a self-appointed white knight. After forcefully telling him to back off, she asks for the mission briefing. Chen explains the undead invasion and how they desperately need to execute the boss monster. Reading the battlefield, Sujin demands they speedrun this zombie kill to farm massive prestige for their guild. Our main character casually steps up, cracking his knuckles to join the raid, leaving Sujin stunned. But Chen instantly blocks his path flat out, banning him from the front lines. Why? Because this arrogant snob thinks Liu is just a garbage-tier beast tamer who got lucky and, in his flawless opinion, would instantly die against the undead. On cue, the background characters start mocking Liu, whispering that he is just a gold digger, leeching off them and agreeing with Chen that he is absolutely useless. While Sujin desperately tries to defend her crush, Liu remains cold as ice, calmly stating that as guild leader Chen can make the tactical calls. Left with zero options, Sujin literally wraps her arms around our boy and announces that if he is benched, she is benching herself too. Chen starts sweating bullets, stuttering that he was just worried because Liu is basically a glass cannon. If she insists on him joining, it is on her head, because nobody is going to save him from becoming zombie chow. Chen then physically drags Sujin to the front so she can drop her crowd control magic on the sovereign boss. While getting pulled away, she yells at our hero to stay put. Meanwhile, Liu secretly calculates that even with her magic, it will take ages to scratch this level 15 nightmare. The raid team charges the beast while our overpowered protagonist just chills in back, judging their sloppy skills. Since Liu Yao and his squad are also in the war zone, their jaws drop to the floor, seeing our boy rocking the Misty Rain Pavilion badge. Lin, throwing a massive tantrum, starts screaming at Luo for rejecting Yao and acting like a cheap mercenary for another team. But boom, Sujin materializes out of thin air and blasts Lin for daring to insult her man. As for Yao, he is sweating profusely, desperate to recruit our guy. So, he throws out a crazy offer. triple the salary of his current guild, plus a fast track to becoming vice leader or straight-up CEO. Hearing this insane bribery, Sujin almost has a heart attack. Meeting Yao's gaze, Luo smirks, claiming he is a man of his word and absolutely refuses to backstab his current team while his contract is active. He adds that the future is a mystery, and maybe fate will let them party up down the line. This Giga Chad energy impresses the heck out of Yao, who swears his doors are always open if the boss ever wants to switch sides. Right in the middle of this bromance, a random grunt screams that they need to focus on executing the boss zombie before the rival guild steals the loot. Since Luo is feeling pretty generous, he decides to drop the idea of stealing the boss kill for himself. After Yao dashes off, Sujin stares at our boy with hard eyes, praising his loyalty. He just gives her a smooth "no problem, babe." But then, the terrifying zombie king of despair crashes the scene. Our guy says, "All right, bet. Time to cook." He leaps into the madness and instantly unleashes an apocalyptic super fireball. And all those haters who called him garbage are now standing there, jaws completely unhinged like absolute clowns. While he just letting him cook, he tells Sujin to stick to the master plan. Now our boy is fully locked in for round 2. His eyes start glowing a menacing red as he charges his brand new skill, the super flaming bullet. The zombie king of despair gets hit with this absolute nuke to the face and gets instantly deleted from the server. All the class shifters watching are just standing there frozen, completely stiff like broken NPCs. They suddenly remember how the Supreme Guild showed our boy mad respect, and now they are wondering who the heck this absolute unit really is. Meanwhile, Sujin is thanking our main character again for making the Supreme Guild back off. If he had not stepped up, those vultures would have totally stolen their boss kill. Lu Yao just waves it off, saying it is just part of the guild duties. Acting completely humble like an absolute Chad. The crowd is super hyped now, calling him their ultimate role model and screaming that they want to be just like him. Cut to them strolling back to Norden Town. Sujin has her arm wrapped around Lu Yao, acting all sweet and totally flirting with him. The second they enter the town, Chen spots them together and bro is absolutely seething with jealousy. You can literally feel the toxic salt radiating off this man's aura. He demands an update on the boss, and his lackey nervously reports that Sujin and Lu Yao actually pulled it off and slaughtered the king zombie. But Chen Jun's tiny brain absolutely refuses to believe it. The poor minion has to spell it out. Lu Yao is crazy overpowered and will be a massive asset for their guild moving forward. Being the petty, jealous hater he is, Chen starts screaming at our hero, shoving his finger right into Lu Yao's face for disobeying orders, claiming this gives him every single right to kick him straight out of the guild. Lu calmly smacks the loser's finger away from his face and drops straight facts. Not only did Chen order him to hold back, but he also ordered the team to clear the boss zombie, which they beautifully succeeded in doing. Seeing our boy talk back with pure logic, the bastard loses his mind. But then Sujin steps right up, backing Lu Yao completely, making it crystal clear the boss only died because of him. So the guild should actually be bowing in gratitude instead of throwing a tantrum. After that mic drop, Sujin starts dragging our boy away to finish their remaining quests. Meanwhile, Chen Jun is left standing there consumed by pure pathetic hatred, ordering his useless goons to spy on Lu Yao and dig up his weaknesses. Absolute zero IQ villain behavior right there. The scene shifts as our duo enters the poison zombie zone, which smells worse than a trash can in the summer. Our protagonist warns Sujin to stay on high alert because these poison zombies hit entirely differently, way stronger than the basic ice and fire types. She looks confused, so Lu Yao breaks down the gamer logic. Even without flashy elemental magic, their toxic skills are more than enough to send you straight to the Shadow Realm. After the lesson, she hands him a sweet quest reward from the guild. Fast forward a few hours and they are out here farming poison zombies like absolute pros, taking out the trash effortlessly. Because their duo synergy is completely off the charts, suddenly Lu Yao senses eyes watching them from the shadows. It is one of Chen's pathetic spies frantically reporting back that our hero is out collecting cores with the lovely young lady Sujin. Plus, he notes they are getting extremely cozy based on all the flirty banter and jokes between them. Hearing this, Chen's blood pressure skyrockets. He knows perfectly well Sujin has never given him the time of day. And honestly, who could blame her? The dude has the magnetic personality of a soggy napkin. One of his lapdogs suggests finding a way to get Lu Yao instantly banned from the guild to ruin their little romance. Right on cue, the system flashes a massive red alert, warning every class shifter to brace themselves because a level 13 horde is about to crash the party. Chen instantly gets this super creepy smile plastered across his evil face, completely ready to pull some shady tricks to get Lu Yao permanently booted. The second world has a brutal rule. When the horde drops, all safe zone protections completely turn off for class shifters. So his grand master plan is to literally backstab our protagonist in the absolute chaos. The scene snaps back to our main boy, where he and his future wifey are speed-running these zombies like an absolute 9-to-5 job, and they are literally just a few critical hits away from completing the entire mission. But obviously plot armor demands suffering because a massive apocalyptic zombie horde is rolling in hot in exactly 30 minutes. The death timer is ticking. Our boy is hyper-focused on the grind when a stealthy poison zombie jump scares him and bites down hard right into his shoulder. Before Sujin can even pop her crowd control skill, Lu Yao does a crazy spin, driving his blade straight through the monster's rotten mouth. But the damage is already done. Our hero is bleeding, toxic purple veins are spreading, and his shy healer mommy is panicking. She begs to know if he is okay, but our absolute unit just stands up casually, brushes the dirt off, and tells her to fall back safely. As if lethal venom is just a Tuesday inconvenience, they clear the quest. Sujin hits level 16. Lu Yao hits level 17. She points out he would totally be level 20 by now if he stopped funneling all his hard-earned experience points into that pet scorpion. But our boy could not care less. The battle pet needs those premium upgrades. Checking the fresh loot drops, he scores explosion-resistant leggings for his own build and explosion-resistant armor for his giant bug. Wait a second. Why do walking corpses even drop explosion? Resistance. Are we fighting Michael Bay zombies now? What is even happening? Sujin is gearing up for the Horde event, when a sudden message pops up. Her family needs her at the office immediately. Fearing the worst, she tells our boy she has to log off. But then reality hits her. Luo will have to solo this entire survival event. She is stressing out, but Luo casually tells her to bounce before the lockdown. Because once it starts, the logout button vanishes. She is terrified. These zombies are level 13, and thousands are about to spawn. Luo just smirks. Do not worry about me. She logs out, expecting him to become zombie chow. The event kicks off. The system locks everyone inside. Zero rage quitting allowed. A massive beam of light nukes the ground, and the undead start flooding out like someone left the gates of hell wide open. Infinite waves of rotting flesh. Random players are crying for mommy. Luo realizes you cannot just brute force an infinite swarm. The only win condition: shove them out of the safe zone. While cooking up a plan, he gets desperate distress signals from nearby players. He rolls up to the rescue, only to find guys acting hurt, with Chen hiding in the shadows. Wow, could this trap be any more obvious? One of Chen's goons peeks at Luo's stats, laughing at his seemingly weak defense. They literally have 12 archers camping in the alley. These absolute clowns think 12 arrows will do the job. But wait, it gets even pettier. Chen does not just want a quick kill. This insecure psycho wants to spawn camp our boy and farm his corpse. The reason? Luo simply breathed near Sujin, and Chen thinks she is his property. Luo just stands there. All 12 archers let it rip. Boom, instant game over right, wrong. His giant scorpion bursts out like a wild Pokemon, tanking every single arrow with its armored shell. What an absolute unit. Then, the most beautiful system prompt appears. 10 minutes of penalty-free retaliation. The game literally just handed him a legal murder license. He glares at Chen's pathetic gang. Your turn is done. Now it is my turn. These fools are about to learn the golden rule. Never aggro the main character. Our boy proceeds to absolutely vaporize those 12 archers. In less than 60 seconds, Chen is standing there, jaw scraping the concrete, utterly traumatized. He instantly screams at his lackey for suggesting this genius ambush. But plot twist, the tactician is just as terrified. Nobody actually bothered to check Luo's real power level. Talk about failing to do your homework. While they are aggressively pointing fingers, Luo casually strolls up. You guys shot first, remember. Then he drops the coldest line. Thinking you could actually take me down? That was your first and last mistake. Chen is sweating bullets, wondering how Luo saw right through their master plan. Our boy just smirks. Ever since I slaughtered that zombie king boss, your pathetic little spies have been stalking me. Luo noticed them on day 1, but he played dumb, acting like a total beginner just to see how stupid they really were. Chen's tiny brain finally processes it. He got completely played. Luo baited their entire guild by cosplaying as trash. Luo even laughs, saying he did not even want to fight them. He just wanted front row seats to their embarrassing circus act. But Chen, being the classic arrogant rich kid who refuses to take a massive loss, aggressively notches an arrow while literally staring at the Grim Reaper. Before he can even shoot, Luo casually freezes and shatters his arrow into a million tiny pieces. Suddenly, Chen's try-hard elite assassin decides to play hero and lunges at our overpowered main character. Luo does not even bless him with a real duel. He just casually tosses a massive fireball and instantly deletes the guy. One shot, sent straight to the Shadow Realm. Chen's ego is completely shattered. He cries out in utter despair. Just who the hell are you? And with a cold flash of steel, Luo ends his miserable run. I am the guy you never should have crossed. Smash cut to the respawn zone, where Chen's entire clown squad is manifesting. The brutal system log flashes, killed by player ID 0. The whole group freezes in pure terror. Wait, Luo is not some random scrub. He is the legendary necromancer, the myth who soloed the world boss on day 1. Chen respawns foaming at the mouth. He just tried to player kill the most overpowered anomaly in the entire server. Now he is throwing a tantrum screaming for revenge, as if round 1 did not just traumatize him. Meanwhile, back in boring reality, things are equally chaotic for Sujin. She is trapped in the family boardroom, where her boomer elders are trying to force her into an arranged marriage. With that exact same walking trash can, Chen Jun. She instantly rebels, declaring she would rather date a rock. But Chen's arrogant father just smirks, acting like her opinion does not matter. He coldly states she will learn to obey, and starts flexing his ridiculous bride price, a devil-class outfit, and a mythical-grade potion, worth a staggering 13 million yuan. He then tries to bribe her with a fancy vice president title and the promise of inheriting his corporate empire. Sujin gives a polite corporate smile and delivers a massive no thank you. This completely triggers her boomer uncle, who starts screaming like she just committed high treason. But then, her badass older sister kicks down the metaphorical door, roaring that her sister is not some corporate bargaining chip. Stop treating her like an item on sale. She promises Sujin she will always back her quest for true happiness. Just then, Mr. Chen's phone rings. The news. His precious son, Chen Jun, just got utterly deleted by Zhang Yu. He drops the phone and absolutely mauls, screaming that his boy, the guildmaster and Su Corporation's biggest sugar daddy, is under attack. CEO Su desperately tries to play peacemaker, but Mr. Chen is completely raging. He barks that if his son gets a single scratch, heads will literally roll. Then he storms out, slamming the door like a true soap opera villain. Now, the furious CEO Su turns his aggro onto his nieces. After all, they brought Lu into the guild. Sujin immediately shields our boy, insisting there has to be a solid reason if he actually clapped Chen Jun. But the CEO is having none of it. He orders them to drag Lu back by his collar and make him grovel to the Chen family. If he refuses, he gets the boot from Misty Rain Pavilion. Amidst the shouting, Sujun's phone buzzes. It is Lu. She panics, asking if he really sent Chen Jun to the respawn screen. Instead of explaining, our absolute Chad drops a bomb. I am quitting the Misty Rain Pavilion. Sujun has a total meltdown on the line, pleading with Lu to stay and promising to fix his reputation. But our boy is entirely over this guild drama. He tells her to chill and abruptly hangs up. He already knows Chen Jun is crying to his daddy and plotting a 100% petty revenge arc. So, sticking around the pavilion, yeah, hard pass. But now he faces a real-life quest. He needs 50,000 yuan to heal his brother's hospital debuff. His master plan, farm high-level loot and play the auction house. But to secure the shiny drops, he must enter the third world. That means surviving 2 more zombie hordes and speedrunning a dungeon first. Only then can he solo the second world's lord boss. The system offers 3 dungeon choices, but our guy locks in the death level difficulty. Because insane risk equals insane loot divided by plus, with his stats divided by steamrolling, level 20 mobs is basically a tutorial stage. Suddenly, some random goons block his path, acting all tough and calling him the famous beast tamer like it is an insult. Lu sighs internally, politely asking the trash mobs to move, but these clowns start spitting trash, calling him a noob, and literally begging him to strike first. Lu's gamer brain instantly clicks. He bluntly asks, how much gold is Chen Jun tossing your way? One idiot actually confesses, Chen Jun is paying 5,000 yuan per head, plus a revival scroll, and a 5,000 bonus to whoever dies first. Lu cracks up. Is Chen Jun seriously resorting to hiring suicide squads to give him a red player killer status? Lu could wipe these level 10 nobodies with a single sneeze, but if he takes the bait, his name turns crimson, and red-named players get screwed. 0 logging out, 0 safe zones, and 0 boss raids until the sin points drop. It is a textbook griefer trap. Suddenly, Yao rolls up out of nowhere, casually dropping a $50,000 bounty on Chen Jun's head instead. The goons freeze in shock. One of Yao's sidekicks casually mentions he is the eldest son of the Luo family, literally the wealthiest whales in Linhai City. Instantly, the goons swap factions. They bow to Master Yao, totally ready to hunt Chen Jun for sport. Loyalty in this game, absolutely 0. Yao turns to Lu, asking if he really got booted from the pavilion. Since Chen Jun has been spamming the world chat with the gossip, Lu merely shrugs. That guy yaps too much. Yao seizes the moment, offering Lu a premium spot in his guild, telling him to literally name his price. But Lu instantly rejects the whale. He is playing solo for now, and just strolls away. Yao's minion gets salty that Lu skipped the thank you dialogue, but Yao just smirks. He completely respects the Sigma grind set. Why would Lu trust a new guild, right after getting backstabbed? Yao even roasts the Misty Rain Pavilion, calling them massive idiots for kicking a top-tier player. Meanwhile, Lu knows Chen Jun will keep sending brainless mobs after him, so it is time to power level. Scene change. Lu stands before the level 15 Dark Corpse Forest. Why this spooky place? Because greedy tryhards always rush the highest level zones. Meaning, this creepy graveyard is completely empty. Inside, an NPC mage named Moore gives him the classic prompt, "Are you ready to face the dark undead nest?" Lu skips the dialogue, grabs the entry token, and ignores the luck warning. Now for the Galaxy Brain move. Lu knows the secret recipe to refine this junk into a golden token. It instantly upgrades the boring map into a hidden dungeon. The catch. The success rate is utter garbage, and it devours mana like crazy. Casuals never even try it. But our boy is no casual. He hits upgrade without hesitating. Meanwhile, Chen Jun's hired hitmen have completely abandoned the quest. They are currently running for their actual lives, and Chen Jun is sweating bullets because his precious revival scroll is on a 5-day cooldown timer. He is having a full-blown panic attack. Then, boom. A server-wide golden notification lights up the sky. An anonymous Chad just unlocked a hidden dungeon. It is open for 2 hours, and it is a free-for-all. Chen Jun spots the alert and screams in pure joy. Hidden dungeons drop godly loot, including fresh revival items. He barks at his crew to gear up and march. It is basically Christmas morning for this guy. Luo sees the exact same notification and gets equally hyped, ordering the entire Supreme Guild to mobilize. Meanwhile, our boy Luo is already deep inside the dungeon, slicing through zombies like they are made of butter. To conquer this place, he has to crush the gatekeeper first. A level 15 boss with a totally busted stat sheet, crazy magic, insane defense, and massive physical damage. The system is literally screaming, "Hey, maybe do not do this," but we all know our boy cannot read warnings, so Luo is absolutely wrecking this boss monster, just going completely feral on it. Suddenly, a shiny new notification pops up, announcing a massive wave of players just crashed the dungeon. And look, our guy knew this was coming since day one. This place does not need a VIP pass to enter. So obviously Chen Jun and his whole squad were going to show up. He figures Su Jin and Lu Yao are probably arriving too. But here is the catch. Chen Jun is the only name on Luo's hit list. He has zero interest in dragging randoms into this beef. Now here is where it gets spicy. As the owner of the Golden Secret Decree, Luo gets 3 chances to completely rewrite the dungeon rules, and he is about to use one right now. Meanwhile, outside the dungeon, it is straight up chaos. Rival guilds are going at each other's throats, and Chen Jun is out here flirting with Su Jin, who is clearly disgusted. The girl is only here to find our main character, but this clown cannot take a hint. Then, out of nowhere, new rules flash in front of everyone. The free revival scroll. Gone. New mission. Kill 500 zombies based on your party's total kills. Chen Jun loses his absolute mind seeing this, screaming about whoever had the sheer audacity to mess with his dungeon run. One lackey suggests, maybe it is our boy Luo who changed the rules, just to keep Chen's behind out. But Chen is in full denial mode. He yells there is no way. Luo is the lucky punk who got the Golden Secret Decree. And even if he did, why would he waste hundreds of thousands of energy points just to mess with me? But Su Jin is sitting there like, nope, this feels super personal. This has Luo written all over it. Chen is still coping, yelling that whoever changed the rules is just terrified someone else will snatch the loot first. Then he tries to turn on his fake charm, telling Su Jin he will keep her safe inside. She just glares at him and goes, "Worry about yourself, loser." Chen pushes through the crowd toward the entrance, when a guild member points out something absolutely wild. Someone already flatlined the boss. And there is our boy Luo, literally sitting on the dead monster like it is his personal throne. Su Jin's face lights up, while Chen Jun finally realizes Luo was the one pulling the strings. Luo jumps off the corpse and struts straight toward them. He looks Chen Jun dead in the eye. "You have been begging to kill me this whole time, so come on, let us see you try." That is when it finally clicks for Chen. This entire dungeon is a giant trap. Immediately, this massive coward hides behind his guild members. He tries to use a fancy noble name as a meat shield, claiming Luo cannot touch him because a major aristocrat has his back. He even has the absolute nerve to tell Sujin to use her powers to trap Luo. But Sujin is just like, nah, this is your funeral. You deal with it. Sweating bullets, Chen orders his goons to attack. But nobody moves an inch. They are terrified because this madman just soloed the boss. Nobody wants that smoke. Desperate Chen screams he will pay $5,000 to anyone who kills Luo. Suddenly, the cowards find their courage. Money talks. They all rush our boy at once. And Luo just yawns, casually walking into the mob and dropping Misty Pavilion members left and right like it is a tutorial level. While Luo takes out the trash, Chen Jun sees an opening and orders his elite members to rush the door. But bam! Luo's scorpions spawn out of thin air, blocking the entrance. One fool steps up swearing he will smash the bug. He swings his sword and it instantly shatters against the scorpion's armor. Then total madness erupts. Arrows rain down from the sky on the Misty Pavilion. Someone roars that they will pay 20,000 yuan for every Misty Pavilion head chopped off. Nobody knows who is funding this ambush. But it does not matter. A full-blown guild war breaks out. And Luo, our boy, is just standing dead center in the middle of this bloody battlefield with the most bored expression ever, watching the chaos unfold like he is streaming a comedy movie. Lu Yao swaggers in, telling our hero not to sweat it, claiming the Supreme Guild will wipe the floor with them, but honestly, Luo is super annoyed to see these guys steal his spotlight. He looks straight up depressed like, bro, I came here for a solo revenge massacre, not a rescue party. Chen Jun is crying now, screaming at Yao, asking why the heck the Supreme Guild is attacking them out of nowhere. Lu Yao keeps the real reason a secret. Instead, he hits him with the ultimate flex. I heard the Misty Rain boss throws money at his problems. Let's see if you're actually richer than me. Then this absolute madman drops a bomb. He offers Chen Jun's own crew 1 million yuan to kill their own boss. Everyone freezes. You can literally hear their brains doing the math. Chen Jun is sweating bullets. He threatens that the Chen and Su families will hunt down any traitors. Man, what a joke. This idiot actually thought loyalty beats 1 million yuan. How cute. Suddenly the ground quakes violently. A colossal monster crashes the party. Lu checks its stats and realizes it has gone totally berserk. Boss monsters snap when their health drops too fast. And guess whose fault that is? The Supreme Guild's stray arrows pushed this injured demon right over the edge. Way to go, you absolute clowns. You just spawned a raid boss. The system chimes in. It is now a level 17 3-star boss, a dark undead tyrant. Lu Yao takes one look, and pure terror fills his eyes. The tyrant makes its move. But wait, a new system notification pops up. Thanks to the boss chaos, the secret realm exit is wide open. Anyone can run. Chen Jun's eyes light up. This massive coward immediately shoots the berserk monster from Lu's direction. He is trying to shift the aggro. Dirty move, but 10 out of 10 for pettiness. It works. The monster locks onto Lu Yao. While Yao screams for his mommy, our hero sends his pet scorpion to the rescue. But with the boss's power boost, the scorpion is about to get flattened. Meanwhile, Chen Jun strolls toward the exit, dropping a totally punchable smug line. He says they will need 10,000 years to kill him. Lu wants to snap his neck, but if he leaves Yao behind, the monster will turn him into mincemeat. With a heavy sigh, Lu jumps in front of Yao. Bam! He blasts the demon with an ice cone, freezing it solid. He drags the rich kid to safety. The monster shatters the ice in pure rage. They barely dodge its strike. Against a level 17 boss, Lu is basically hitting it with a wet noodle. There is only one option left. Fight it himself. You know, like an absolute madman. Lu launches his fire missile attack. Yao begs his squad to help our hero, but his entire guild is paralyzed with fear. A bunch of cowards just enjoying the show. Really earning that premium guild paycheck, huh? Suddenly, the demon blitzes our hero and slashes his shoulder. Lu hits the dirt. This beast is way out of his league. He needs a new strategy, and he needs it fast. The boss prepares the killing blow. Boom. Sujin appears from nowhere, locking the monster down. She declares she will play support while he deals the damage. And honestly, they make an overpowered duo. The boss is finally losing chunks of health. The crowd is losing their minds watching two rookies bully a 3-star raid boss. Lu Yao immediately recognizes Su Jin, the legendary Su family heir and master confining mage. But even with her epic support, Yao knows the truth. Our boy Lu is the only one who can actually finish this hunt. He is sitting there having a revelation. If he teamed up with our protagonist, they could farm this boss 1 million times over. Now he is drooling at the thought of recruiting both of them to his supreme guild. His guildmates are like, bro, stop dreaming. They are way out of our league. Back to the bloodbath. Lu and Su Jin are going totally ham on this monster. After a chaotic struggle, the demon's HP flashes red. It is time for the final blow. Then, out of nowhere, Lu reveals he is the mysterious anonymous player. Sujin looks stunned for a split second, but she channels her shock into pure magical fury. A brutal, flaming light attack obliterates the boss into pixels. One shot, level-up screens pop up for everyone. The system chimes congratulating Sujin for clearing the secret realm. She even scores a level 15 realm scroll. The Supreme Guild scrubs start celebrating like crazy. Yao tries to hug our hero for saving his life. Lu instantly shoves him away, completely disgusted. He blames Yao for letting Chen Jun escape. He knows this rich kid is just a walking red flag for future trouble. Yao tries to buy forgiveness with $1 million. That just makes our hero even angrier. He snaps, "Do you have anything to offer besides cash?" With absolute main character syndrome, Yao claims he has the vision to build the strongest guild ever. That is why he is begging our hero to join. Plus, his dad owns a mega potion empire. He can hook Lu up with unlimited potions for life. Lu just rolls his eyes and tells him to get lost. As our boy turns, Lua is currently eating dirt, but still flexing his VIP connections with the ultimate blacksmiths in the Dragon Kingdom, the elite Su and Mage families. The second he name-drops the Su family, Luo freezes in his tracks. Ding. You have his attention. Lua scrambles, bragging that his dad is basically besties with the Su family head, meaning endless top-tier gear. Luo mentally calculates the massive upgrades. Custom-forged items are light years ahead of the trash-tier drops he is rocking now. Lua goes full golden retriever, swearing that even if Luo rejects the guild, he will personally act as his VIP loot courier. Bet. With the deal locked, our hero and Sujin head out, leaving the beaten squad waving like abandoned toddlers. Meanwhile, back at the safe zone, the mob is drooling over Sujin's insane epic class power. Naturally, the arrogant Chen Jun is sitting right there, loudly claiming her for his guild. But then a minion drops the bomb. Sujin slayed the demon boss, meaning Luo is very much alive. Chen Jun's blood pressure practically breaks the scouter. He is more desperate to kill our boy than ever. His lackey nervously notes that Luo is totally overpowered now, plus he has got massive guild backing. Ding. An evil light bulb pops over Chen Jun's head. Time for plan B. He grins, planning to hire a level 30 veteran from the third world to do his dirty work. That pro will easily crush Luo. They just have to wait for him to arrive. Cut back to our dynamic duo walking. Sujin is sweating, worried Luo might lump her in with Chen Jun's toxic fan club. Luo just looks back, dropping the cold truth. Chen Jun is dead meat. But if Misty Pavilion steps in, I will flatten them too. Sujin desperately promises neutrality, adding she basically despises the guy anyway. To sweeten the deal, she hands over all the boss loot. She only stole the kill after all. Luo happily pockets the gear ready for those juicy stat buffs. Suddenly, the sky flashes red. A massive wave of level 15 zombies is swarming Norden University. Let's go. This is the final trial before the third world. Sujin tenses up, suggesting they buff up before jumping in. But wait, who is that sprinting toward them? It is Lin. The toxic ex zooms past Sujin, crying crocodile tears and begging for Luo's forgiveness. Oh boy, now she wants him back. Grab your popcorn. Luo just stares, completely exhausted by this sudden daytime soap opera energy. Guys give her an Oscar. Trembling lips, dramatic gasps, crying about how Luo abandoned her. Meanwhile, Sujin is practically breathing fire in the background. The jealousy is real. She glares, asking why this trash is trying to crawl back after dumping him like expired milk. Lin entirely ignores the epic class powerhouse and activates ultimate gold digger mode. Firing off the fake puppy eyes, she whines, "Sure, I treated you like garbage before. But honestly, what girl does not want a sugar daddy? Now that you are rich and overpowered, let's just date again." A faint smirk creeps onto Luo's face. Sujin spots the smile, and her eye twitches. Oh no, is he falling for it? Before the drama escalates, monstrous roars shatter the silence. The zombie horde has arrived, and they brought their whole rotting extended family. Lin absolutely loses her mind, screaming at them to fight immediately. Luo just tells her to shut her mouth. Sujin is already locked in, weapon drawn, ready to harvest some undead souls. Luo shoots Lin an absolutely freezing side glance. He coldly orders her to vanish. She is permanently banned from his life. Lin's jaw crashes to the pavement. What happened? She gasps. The old Zhang Yu would never treat me like this. Yeah, honey, the old Zhang Yu had absolute garbage taste in women. Deal with it. Meanwhile, Sujin is spinning like a blender through the horde, but the sheer number of rotting meat sacks is overwhelming. She shouts for backup. Luo tosses his pet scorpion to tank for her. While he is busy smashing skulls, a blood-curdling scream echoes out. The undead are cornering Lin. Pure good girl instinct kicks in, and Sujin dashes to save her. But our boy instantly blocks her path. Karma delivered, he says, ordering her to stay back. Brutal maybe, deserved 100%. The horde swarms Lin. Noticeably missing any revival scrolls. because the broke gold digger has 0. In mere seconds, she becomes a zombie buffet. Unbothered Luo signals to continue the raid, though internally, the original Zhang Yu's memories are acting up. Hey, shedding toxic baggage always leaves a mark. Happening. The zombie apocalypse crashes into Norden City. Now Luo and Sujin desperately need a safe zone to hide and wait out the nightmare. Meanwhile, our boy is plotting. He is eyeing a secret passage for one final run before things get incredibly spicy. He tells Sujin to rest and prepare. She is genuinely worried about him, because unlike that traitor Lin, Sujin actually cares. Our protagonist pops open a portal, claiming he has solo business to handle first. Sujin begs to tag along, but he totally ignores her and vanishes. After wandering around like a lost tourist, our guy stumbles upon another hidden realm. And wow, what a welcoming name. Welcome to the totally cheerful undead hospital. Time to cleanse this creepy clinic. Stepping inside, he instantly summons his trusty armored scorpion pet, and they start doing what they do best, making the undead extra dead. Let us skip through what was totally hours of brutal grinding. Our boy crushes the second world mission with his trusty scorpion bro, hitting level 19. Not a bad side quest. Now the only thing blocking his path to total domination is fighting the final demon boss to perfectly clear this world. He dumps an insane mountain of energy points into his scorpion, building the ultimate killing machine. He upgrades it to legendary grade. This giant bug is absolutely terrifying. Plus he loots a mountain of epic gear scattered around the realm, which is always awesome. Free loot is the best loot. Time to return and smash the final zombie wave. He gets a text from Sujin. The horde is wiped out and she wants to raid the boss room. Lu Yao also shoots over a warning text. The boss is a crazy level 23 star. Luko knows Sujin would carry hard in this raid. The girl is basically a pro, but he cannot just ghost Lu Yao after his past help. So Luko texts them both. Meet at the Undead Emperor door in 15 minutes. They agree instantly. It is officially time for a massive boss battle with the Dream Team. Meanwhile, outside Norden City, the meetup happens. But wait, Lu Yao brought his whole freaking guild. Sujin stares at this army, asking Yao if he is planning a hostile takeover or something crazy. Yao just nervously laughs it off. He admits that even though their supreme boss, meaning Lu, could easily solo this threat, they need backup just in case things go south. Our hero does not have much choice but to agree. Ding, a system alert flashes. Is everyone ready to challenge the final boss? The second our boy hits accept, a massive portal rips open with absolute cinematic flair. Just as you would expect, Lu and Sujin strut through like absolute main characters, while Lu Yao barks at his guild to follow behind. Crossing the threshold, they freeze. Staring right back at them is the final boss, a level 23 star Undead Emperor. And holy crap, this monster is gigantic. It makes the first world boss look like a cute little chihuahua in comparison. Everyone stands terrified, deeply regretting their life choices and wondering if they will even survive this nightmare. Half of them are mentally drafting their wills. But Lu casually stands at the front, radiating pure protagonist energy. He warns everyone to stay back from this monstrosity. Then he summons his legendary scorpion. Cue the epic boss battle music. Thanks to endless grinding inside that secret realm, and hoarding experience points and pet eggs like a maniac, the boss and the scorpion are actually super close in level. Our boy came fully prepared. Suddenly, the undead boss drops an edgy line about tasting death. Bro, you are literally a rotting corpse. Maybe pop a mint before spitting that garbage trash talk. The fight erupts into absolute chaos on second one. The legendary scorpion recklessly charges the boss while our boy blasts a super fireball. Thanks to his overpowered new gear and upgrades, fighting this epic boss is not the instant death sentence. It was 3 days ago. Enraged, the demon boss slams his massive fist into the earth, splitting the ground wide open. And gross tentacles erupt everywhere, because of course they do. Why have a basic fight without adding nightmare fuel? Everyone scatters in panic, screaming and dodging for their lives, while the scorpion and emperor clash like bitter ancient rivals. But soon enough, our armored tank takes massive damage and looks incredibly rough. Lu Yao and his support team rush in to spam heals, and miraculously they keep the bug alive. Turns out bringing the whole guild was not a bad idea after all. Just as the Emperor winds up a one-hit kill strike on our main character, the legendary scorpion violently intercepts the blow. Like a fiercely loyal companion. Someone give this bug a medal. Sujin instantly fires back, hitting the beast with heavy crowd control to lock it down. But oops, that just makes the Emperor infinitely more furious than before. She's screaming at our boy to act fast, because she can barely hold this raging zombie boss, and her arms are trembling like crazy. The boss demon actually has the nerve to call them filthy and disgusting. Pretty rich, coming from a literal rotting corpse. Luo completely zones out for a second, having a main character monologue, before snapping back and calling the boss absolute trash. Oh, it is on. Then he just goes completely nuclear, dropping every spell, every ounce of power, the whole damn arsenal. Half the boss's health bar instantly vanishes. Everyone else is just standing there, jaws hitting the floor. Now our boy charges up the final strike. He launches his ultimate attack with zero hesitation. The boss gets vaporized, crashing down with a thud that probably caused an earthquake. Sujin and Yao are worshipping our boy, asking how the heck he pulled that off. Did his stats glitch? Suddenly, a system alert pops up saying heaven and earth are punishing the boss. But nope. Because when does a dungeon ever end that easily? The boss's crusty corpse suddenly springs back to life, screaming that he is dragging everyone to hell with him. Yao instantly latches onto Luo's leg like a terrified cat, crying for help. Because unlike our overpowered protagonist, he cannot spam, revive items, and will actually die right here. The whole dungeon starts collapsing, with lava violently erupting and surging toward them. To make things hilariously worse, the exit portal is miles away, and the only way across is by leaping over a literal river of spicy lava. Luo thinks for a split second, grabs Yao by the collar, and scoops up Jin by the waist, catching her totally off guard and making things super awkward. Before either of them can even process this rom-com nonsense, he yeets them straight at his pet scorpion and orders it to launch them. Yao and Jin totally lose their minds mid-air, screaming and wondering why the heck Luo turned them into human cannonballs. But the crazy plan works. The scorpion flings them perfectly through the exit, crash landing on the other side. Meanwhile, Jin is freaking out because Luo is still stuck, and the portal is rapidly closing. Back with our boy, he and his giant bug line up for their epic escape. The scorpion yeets him toward the exit, and mid-flight he unsummons it. But sadly, the portal is barely a tiny crack now. Just as he is about to squeeze through, a massive lava wave erupts right in his face, completely killing his momentum. He desperately jams his weapon into the ground. While on the other side, Jin and Yao are watching, practically sweating bullets and praying he makes it out alive. The portal is literally a microscopic sliver, and right as it snaps shut, our absolute madman leaps through in a last-ditch leap of faith. He crashes onto the floor, and both Jin and Yao practically tackle him. Frantically asking if he is okay, he just casually brushes it off like a gigachad, minus a few burn marks. Then the system pops up, praising user Zero Su Jin Yan and Supreme Starburst for clearing World 2. Yao is so hyped he straight up promises to wire Luo 1 million yuan, thanking him for the epic hard carry. Our boy is just ready to log off and sleep. But Jin calls out from behind, warning him that Chen has left the Misty Pavilion, meaning that toxic bastard is definitely plotting a respawn trap. As our protagonist walks away, Yao immediately shoots his shot with Jin, offering to team up and conquer this world together. She politely rejects him, but Yao takes it like a champ, saying they can party up if they cross paths again. Jin finds it hilarious. Just yesterday, she wanted to kick this goofy bastard in the balls every time he breathed. Now she actually thinks of him as a friend. Cut to the third world death approach. Yao and his guildmates are literally crawling out of grave pits, acting as the safe zone spawn point. Yao is hyping up his team, saying they need to speedrun levels and be the first guild to enter Jining province. But out of nowhere, some random jerk stomps right on Yao's hand. Yao screams, asking if the idiot is legally blind. But the edgelord does not care. He just glares down and asks if Yao is the president of the Supreme Guild, then demands they hand over our main character. Yao stands up, pokes the dude in the chest, and tells him to take a hike. Just then, a nervous guildmate whispers that they should call our hero, since these guys look like high-level players. But true to the bro code, Yao refuses to drag Luo into this mess. That is when the arrogant jerk draws his weapon, threatening to delete Yao unless he snitches. The dude straight up stabs Yao in the chest, but zero damage registers. Everyone freezes, looking like, what kind of glitch is this? The thugs are totally baffled. How did Yao's absolute noob tier guild even clear the second world when they are not even level 20? The hilarious truth, Yao tanked that hit because of the game's anti-bullying mechanic. If an attacker outlevels you by at least 10, you are literally invincible. One of Yao's bros whispers they should totally bolt, but glancing at these high-level mercenaries running is pure delusion. Since the thugs cannot one-shot them, they resort to the classic caveman strategy, just beating the absolute crap out of them. And since these jerks are level 25 class shifters, the protection system is totally useless. Yao and his boys get completely clapped. After the brutal beatdown pauses, Yao looks like he just boxed a dump truck. Meanwhile, one of his guildmates panics. These guys are famous player killers. They steal all the loot. The thug boss squats down, demanding Yao to summon our main character, threatening to send him to the respawn screen if he refuses. Back in reality, Luo is just vibing in his hospital bed, chatting with the nurses about his brother. They confirm the massive payment arrived and promise 5-star VIP care for the little guy. Our boy smiles, checking a text from Yao. The absolute madman actually wired him a mountain of cash. Luo sighs in relief, thinking his financial nightmare is finally over and he can chill. But suddenly, his phone rings again. It is a Supreme Guild member crying like a baby, begging our hero to save President Yao. Back in the game world, Yao and his crew are kneeling in the dirt, completely trapped by Chen Jun's rented muscle, who are camping the spawn point for our protagonist. A scout yells that someone is approaching. And of course, it is our boy Luo. He strolls in like an absolute boss, ordering them to drop Yao and his squad. The leader smirks, bragging about his massive bounty to kill Luo. Someone is catching hands today. No talking, Yao instantly goes into auction mode, promising every single thug 100 million if they just walk away. One minion actually drools over the cash, but the boss shuts that down instantly, screaming to choose life over gold. He reminds them, Mr. Gu will absolutely delete them all if they fail, so they are dead meat either way. These clowns still underestimate our boy, thinking he is just a squishy beast tamer. One grunt decides to test his luck and rushes Luo. Massive mistake. Our hero effortlessly turns him into an ice cube like he is playing the tutorial. Seeing his bro become a human popsicle, another fool charges in, but Luo swaps elements and deep fries him with fire magic, instantly logging him out. The boss stands there, totally mind-blown. His brain cannot process how a low-level noob is casually wiping his level 25 elites. Realizing his squad is trash, he decides to carry the raid himself, backstabbing our hero. He actually lands a sneaky hit, drawing blood. Tasting victory, the boss gets hyped and dashes in for the fatality. But Luo has already done the math. This sweat is a level 30 assassin. That explains why he moves like a total glitch. So our boy furiously summons his armored scorpion, but this tryhard is moving like he downloaded speed hacks. The pet is barely loading in, and the assassin is already in his face, ready to send him to the Shadow Realm. Our protagonist realizes he is about to get uninstalled. He braces for impact, thinking, well, guess my save file ends here. But wait, Sujin drops from the sky with a clutch stun lock. Her confining flaming light magic paralyzes this absolute clown. Luo does not waste a single frame of this opening. He winds up and nukes this guy right in the face with a point-blank fireball. The assassin is left completely flabbergasted. A level 20 tamer just broke his defense, and remember, this tryhard was a level 30 assassin, flexing full gold tier armor. After claiming their XP, Luo thanks Sujin for always spawning at the perfect time before he hits the game over screen. She plays it cool, dropping some romantic lines about being soulmates bound by fate. But let us be real, she has just been hardcore stalking his online status like a totally obsessed gamer girlfriend. Yao and his entire guild start bowing frantically, apologizing for getting Luo dragged into their drama. This whole boss fight was totally their fault, but our hero just tells them to. Our guy shrugs it off. He casually notes these edgelords were hunting him anyway, then Sujin drops a bomb. She is completely positive that Chen Jun is the mastermind. That slippery snake has been acting way too sus lately. They finally start connecting the dots. Our main character shifts into serious mode. He demands to know exactly who they are dealing with. Yao spills the tea. These clowns belong to a notoriously toxic mercenary syndicate. A small group terrorizing noobs for the past 10 years. Sujin adds that they have over 50 assassins. But get this hilarious detail. Not a single one has broken past level 30. Yao is totally baffled. He practically screams, asking how anyone spends a whole decade here and stays stuck at level 30. Like, seriously bro, have you just been picking virtual daisies this entire time? Luo drops some major game knowledge. He explains that unlocking a second job class is required to smash that level 30 ceiling. Without it, you hit an absolute brick wall. Literally hard stuck for eternity. One Supreme Guild member has a massive light bulb moment. He loudly realizes these hitmen have been trapped here for 10 years, just griefing players to steal their loot, which totally explains all that shiny gold tier armor they flexed. But Yao is absolutely not buying this basic logic. He points out he literally offered them fat stacks of cash earlier. If they were just greedy loot goblins, they would have taken the bag and ran. So, our genius protagonist concludes someone is forcing these goons to do their dirty work, which means round 2 is definitely happening, and they will be incredibly salty. Yao panics, warning they need a brilliant strategy right now. They might not survive getting jumped again by a full squad of sweaty level 30 tryhards. Luo calmly asks if Yao can pull some VIP strings. He needs custom gear forged by the elite Xiao family. Yao asks what kind of weapon to order, and our absolute madman says anything under level 20 works. But it legally must have the Heart of Demon effect. That is strictly non-negotiable. As Luo walks off, Yao just stands there buffering, wondering what makes this weird buff so magical. Luo tosses back that their entire survival depends on it, doing his best dramatic anime pose. Back in the real world, Chen Jun is throwing a monumental tantrum. He is screeching at the assassin for getting completely clapped by a beast tamer. The poor punching bag is Pakchi, the leader of this trash-tier mercenary group. Pachi swears he will personally log in and delete this guy. No more embarrassing fails. Chen Jun viciously tells him not to choke like his useless minions, most likely threatening his paycheck. Meanwhile, our main character is back on that Sigma grind set. He trains while analyzing the mercenaries. He fully admits his current stats are too weak for a fair fight. To clear this hellish third world, he needs to boost his tomb defense from 300 all the way to 2000, which is insane scaling. Plus, he must beat a quest with a difficulty rating over 300. Only after checking those crazy boxes can they challenge the final boss, and finally escape this cursed death game. But wait, the system has more jokes. There is a charming little mechanic where the god of death goes absolute goblin mode, attacking exactly at midnight for 10 straight minutes. And here is the brutal part. If you miss curfew and do not reach your tomb, or if your defense hits 0, instant game over, you are dead. This means even those toxic assassins must sprint back to their beds every night to survive. And that creates a juicy tactical window. It is Luo's only chance to strike while they cannot camp his spawn. For now, our boy is just chilling, waiting for Yao to slide into his messages. Soon enough, the notification drops. Yao proudly confirms the ultimate weapon is forged. A few moments later, he comes sprinting and clutching a new staff. Our boy grabs the loot and inspects the stats. The modifiers are absolutely cracked. It is perfectly tuned for his devious master plan. Handing over the goods, Yao is dying of curiosity. He wants to know exactly how they will use this stick. Yao is hyped, totally assuming they are going on a glorious crusade to clap those assassins face to face. So Yao happily drops some recon. He reveals the enemy is literally spawn camping the safe zone, waiting to absolutely gank the Supreme Guild members the second they step outside. But nope, Luo just smirks and shakes his head. He has a completely unhinged strategy cooking up. Suddenly, a glaring red system warning nukes everyone's interface, telling all players to run to their graves right now. The god of death is clocking in for his midnight rampage. Buckle up. The system warning flashes. Yao immediately barks at his guildmates to dive into their graves before the death timer even begins. But just as they scramble, those annoying assassin creeps spawn right at the safe zone boundary. Yao completely loses his mind seeing them, but our overpowered main character, he just yawns and tells him to chill. They are still safely inside the barrier. Game mechanics dictate those edgelords absolutely cannot lay a finger on them. While these assassins stand there, throwing pathetic insults at the Supreme Guild, barking about how they are dead meat, our guy is already 10 steps ahead. Putting his genius master plan into motion, he commands Yao and the rest of the squad to hit their graves immediately and wait. But he drops one golden rule: do not dare leave the safe zone until he returns. Seeing him gear up to bounce, Yao is sweating bullets, frantically asking where the heck he is going, with the clock ticking. But Luo just pops a teleport portal offering 0 explanations. Whoosh. In a flash, he is totally gone, leaving his entire party standing there with their jaws on the floor like what just happened. The scene cuts to our boy Luo, casually strolling like he owns the place until he spots his target. The gravekeeper Liwa. This dude is literally quaking in his boots over the god of death panic. Luo struts up like yo need a hand, or what Liwa's brain practically short circuits. A player actually wants to help instead of running for the hills. Naturally, he dumps an absolutely ridiculous quest on him. Head east to the City of Death in the Holy Light Cemetery and totally wipe out the skeleton army camping there. Apparently, these bony goons are the god of death's personal fan club. If someone trashes them all, the ultimate boss will definitely wake up. Since poking the absolute strongest boss is exactly what our crazy hero wants, he smashes the accept button without a single hesitation. The gravekeeper wishes him luck as he dips. Ping, the system window drops the insane mission details, and it is pure madness. Slaughter 300 warriors, 300 archers, 300 mages, and 300 basic skeletons. Oh, and he only gets 3 days to pull this off. The system might call this a normal quest by third world standards, but compared to the undead apocalypse from before trying to solo, this is a complete death wish. Plus, there is a hilarious little catch. Step out of the Holy Light Cemetery during the run, and you instantly choose death. Fast forward a bit, and our mad lad is actually throwing hands with the god of death himself. Luo takes one nasty shot to the face. A system alert screams that his defense just tanked, leaving his grave with only 121 hit points remaining. But wait, our guy is flexing custom gear, forged from darkness, devil eyes, and a demon heart, because normal items are for absolute noobs. Thanks to this broken loadout, he easily tanks the devastating damage from the ruler of death. He is mentally giving himself a high five, like damn. Crafting this staff with the evil heart material was big brain energy. It is literally the ultimate cheat code against the god of death. Without it, your bulky stats mean absolutely nothing. Step inside this boss's aggro range, and you are just melting to 0 health points no matter what. But that evil heart grants pure immunity to demonic damage. In his past life, Luo stumbled on this glorious glitch in the fourth world. Turns out overpowered gear like this can only be forged by a god-tier blacksmith. You definitely cannot score these game-breaking weapons in the third world unless you have deep connections. Even though he wielded this stuff before his regression, compared to this perfectly optimized version, his old gear was actual trash. Meanwhile, back in the baby pool safe zone, Yao is sweating buckets over this god of death crisis. One of his guildmates is totally hyperventilating about grinding levels, or else their tomb defense drops to 0, triggering an instant game over. Suddenly, Shenzhen slides into the scene. He starts roasting Yao for hiding behind the safe zone barrier like a total coward. One of Jun's lackeys awkwardly suggests they should also grind some levels, but Chen Jun completely explodes, screaming that their only priority is hunting down our hero, and they better stick to the plan. The lackey stammers back, saying he is doing his job, then aggressively warns Chen Jun not to touch a hair on Chi-Chi's head, or else. Shenzhen just smirks like a classic villain. Prove your obedience, and you might get your daughter back. Yep, this absolute garbage human is straight up blackmailing his party by taking a kid hostage. Classic trash mob behavior. Strutting past Yao Chenjun casually demands the coordinates of where Ludi is hiding. Spit it out or you die by my blade or the ruler of death. Fury completely takes over Yao's face. He absolutely despises this arrogant prick who treats lower-ranked players like disposable trash. Right on cue, Sujin sprints into the dramatic tension, desperately asking for Ludi. A guildmate just shrugs. Dude vanished into thin air after taking the gear from Yao. Suddenly, a collective brain cell sparks among the group. Did Lu just play them like cheap NPCs to score free loot for his boss fight? Now the dude dipped, leaving them as cannon fodder against a literal hitman squad, and rot in this shiny graveyard of doom. But wait, Yao refuses to hop on the hater bandwagon because his fanboy loyalty is absolute. Right on cue, our main character pings Yao for backup. Naturally, Yao flexes this VIP treatment to everyone. Meanwhile, Sujin is boiling with absolute jealousy. How dare her crush message Yao instead of his future waifu? She mentally plots the ultimate flex to prove she is top-tier best girl material. Take that, Yao. Later, our boy gets the full intel drop. Chen Jun crashed World 3 with 10 elite assassins pulling a classic villain move by kidnapping the top ranker's kid. The informant nervously asks our overpowered protagonist for his location. Without hesitation, he drops the hardest line, "I am chilling in the city of death." Later, while taking a spooky stroll, Sujin sweats. Yeah, this is a total nightmare. These mobs are easily sitting between level 25 and 28. Cue the jump scare. A zombie hand explodes from the dirt, making her shriek like a banshee. Just as the mob lunges, a totally clutch ice spell freezes the ugly thing solid. Out of absolute nowhere, a heroic arm swoops in. It is our boy Lu. Holding her waist like a romance lead, he casually deletes the monster from existence. Sujin instantly transforms into a blushing tomato. He pulled the classic knight in shining armor trope again, and the waifu points are skyrocketing. Back at the no PvP zone, the local peanut gallery is busy spilling tea about Chen Jun and their sellout boss, who carried him through World 2. One newbie is scratching his head, wondering why their fearless leader would stoop so low. His buddy laughs. Bro, our boss is a massive capitalist. Toss him enough gold, and he will do whatever. Meanwhile, the angry dad assassin whose kid got snatched by Chen Jun sits in the corner, mentally crafting 1,000 ways to unalive him. Suddenly, he spots a suspicious dude in a hoodie sprinting away. He tries to tackle the runner, whiffs completely, and just copes with whatever the graveyard will eat him alive anyway. Plot twist. That hoodie guy sneaks up to Lu and dumps the juicy intel. The assassins are actively hunting a guy named Zhang Yu, planning a graveyard ganking session. Lu shakes the snitch's hand, confirms the money transfer, and drops a menacing, "Keep your lips sealed, or you meet the Grim Reaper." The terrified extra nods aggressively and speedwalks away. Over at the Supreme Guild camp, a random minion whines, "Yo boss, Lu is using us as bait. Let us snitch to the mercs and cancel him." But Yao immediately defends his favorite streamer, yelling, "Boss Lu is a hero. He just wants us safe." The salty minion rolls his eyes. "Bro, wake up. He cannot solo an elite hitman squad." Yao just smirks like an absolute Chad. "Unlike you casuals, I know the main character never loses." Cut back to the spooky death zone. Sujin is busy simping and thanking him, asking about his epic grind session. Our guy sighs heavily. "I only gained 1 measly level." Tragic, right? Sujin's jaw hits the floor. Her brain short circuits. "Slow, my guy. It has literally been 2 days and you leveled up. Noobs need weeks." Meanwhile, our hero ignores her shock, his brain calculating how to outsmart the ruler of death. Their base defense is made of wet paper and can only tank 3 hits. If the assassins miss, the literal god of death will mop the floor with them all in exactly 2 days. Cue the panic mode. He turns to Sujin, begging for power potions and promising a massive 120% markup. Best Girl instantly opens her stash, handing over 6 premium sister brewed magic juices. She connects the dots. Wait, are you popping these for the mercenary fight? Our main character smirks. Nah, I need these to completely shatter my human limits. I have to stay absolutely cracked for at least 3 days. Since characters here have actual stamina bars, unlike those broken isekai guys, Sujin starts panicking hard about him blowing up his organs. But Lu gives that Sigma stare. Seeing this lovable idiot's fiery determination, she bravely volunteers to join. But the lone wolf refuses to drag a sidekick into a deadly boss room. Guilt trips are not his style, but she instantly flashes some shiny pay-to-win gear and confidently declares, "With these crazy stats, I am basically immortal." Our boy sweat drops, chuckles nervously, and finally accepts her party invite. Now, his big brain is frying as he rewrites the entire survival strat to babysit his new companion. Meanwhile, Sujin is vibrating with pure joy about this sudden dungeon date. A 3-day hardcore survival mission begins. With their current levels, they must grind like absolute sweaty tryhards and abuse every single past life cheat code available. Life Luo immediately recognized this level 25 hidden zone. Welcome to Skeleton Island, the absolute holy grail for shamelessly power leveling. You know the drill. Mindlessly slaughtering the exact same mobs on repeat until your trash stats actually look halfway decent. Snagging that secret realm scroll and clearing this quest is all he needs to trigger an evolution. And Sujin, she is 100% ready to help him speedrun this dungeon. Accepting the system prompt, a spatial rift rips open right on cue. One step through, and bam. Welcome to the Boneyard, where the local NPC mage La Rui is kicking back like he is at a beach resort. Following standard game logic, he asks if our boy came to grind. Luo nods, and the mage tosses him a quest token, basically saying, "Try not to get your teeth kicked in by walking skeletons." The second his fingers touch the item, a blue system screen chimes in. After wiping out the mob wave, he earns 10 reroll chances, but here is the catch. Each pull costs 20 alternate energy. If the RNG gods smile, a legendary gold quest might drop. Sujin spots his gamer panic face and asks what is up. Our guy sighs. Brute forcing this realm into a golden tier is possible, but it is an absolute nightmare that burns through your wallet. Sujin immediately starts sweating too. System rerolls drain massive amounts of mana, something a filthy casual could never afford. But our main character just flashes a smug, overpowered smirk. Please. My energy bar is basically infinite. Time to clear this stage. They dive headfirst into the danger zone, slicing undead punks into confetti. But after literally farming a mountain of bones, the cursed RNG still refuses to drop gold. Sujin is panting like she ran a marathon. Honestly, fair enough. This grinding session has dragged on for hours. Finally, after committing absolute skeleton genocide, the mythical golden glow bursts from the prompt. Now, the clock is ticking. 2 hours to level up before the system snatches it back. But come on, you know our battle-crazy protagonist. He is practically vibrating with excitement to smash that upgrade button. Staring at the shiny gold quest, Luo confidently declares that they have already won. Because unlike basic players, his plot armor is thick. Sujin, meanwhile, mentally facepalms, knowing full well he just bought the win with infinite energy. Now the real raid begins. They brace themselves for the Grim Reaper boss who could spawn and ambush them at any moment. With that brutal 2-hour timer ticking down, they have to sprint back to the dungeon core. Why? Because that area is packed with elite tier mobs just waiting to be farmed for massive experience. Activating the golden ticket, Luo instantly evolves the basic island into a terrifying hidden realm. The system barks a new order. Slaughter 40 undead elites and the boss, the infamous skeleton General Hara. The abyssal gates crack open, and stepping out is a massive level 26 physical damage nightmare. He rides a ghost horse leading an entire platoon of heavily armored undead grunts. Without wasting a single breath, the general commands his death squad to eradicate the human trespassers. Staring at this absolute raid boss, our usually reckless hero surprisingly opts for tactical kiting. Charging a high-level mob army head-on is a fast track to the respawn point. Actual brain cells at work. Executing the master plan, Luo and Sujin run for their lives with the Bone Brigade hot on their heels. Mid-sprint, he shouts, "How many can you crowd control?" Sujin panics, admitting she has literally never stress-tested her limits. With no time for beta testing, Luo orders her to find a sniper spot and lock down as many aggroed mobs as possible to set up an execution. Now our crazy maniac completely stops running. He turns around and aggressively stares down the horde like he is starting a street fight. The moment the front lines lunge for the kill, he screams for Sujin to pop her ultimate. She instantly hacks their aggro, trapping them while Luo unleashes a catastrophic fiery apocalypse upon them. It is literally a live-action tower defense game, except this guy is an overpowered human turret. Watching his elite troops melt into crispy ash thanks to a low-level scrub, the general absolutely loses his undead mind. He decides to end the tutorial and charges full speed at the duo. Luo quickly scans the boss window and his confident smirk vanishes instantly. Compared to those cracked enemy stats, his own numbers look like absolute garbage. We are talking a level 1 crook versus a mafia boss level of doomed. To make matters worse, Sujin's mana bar is flashing red from suppressing the swarm. She is basically running on sheer willpower and fumes. Just as the giant boss rears back to impale our protagonist with a lethal thrust, Sujin dumps the last of her skills to paralyze the general. Talk about a god-tier clutch play. Recognizing the opening, Luo burns every cooldown he has left and obliterates the boss with a screen-shaking critical hit. While Sujin hypes up her carry, he casually asks her for another buff. But hold up, do not celebrate yet. The mangled general is already twitching stubbornly, trying to stand back up for phase 2. Meanwhile, the scene hard cuts outside, where the arrogant guildmaster Chen Han is aggressively camping the dungeon entrance like an absolute raid boss wannabe. His confused guildmates whisper, asking why their leader is randomly posing in front of a glowing rock. With a sinister sneer, he declares that since the dungeon rules just mutated, he is personally enforcing a total player lockdown, waiting to see who triggered the realm. Chen Jun immediately commands his goons to slaughter anyone stepping out of that portal. Talk about a killer welcome party. Suddenly, a massive system alert reveals the absolute legend who conquered the secret realm. Boom. It is none other than Sujin, watching his ultimate crush emerge. Chen Jun practically wags his tail, asking if she triggered the whole thing. The moment she nods, this clown starts shouting about how he totally would have sealed the entrance to protect her. Yeah, sure thing, buddy. We totally believe you were acting out of the pure, unfiltered goodness of your heart. Sujin instantly claps back, declaring she does not need a savior and definitely wants all that sweet loot for herself. She did the heavy lifting. But before she can storm off, one of the elite assassins blocks her path with a reality check. Whoever triggers a hidden realm after clearing it absolutely never receives the bounty scroll reward, which means she was not alone. Someone else is still hiding inside. Seeing the murderous glares, Sujin internally panics. But our girl thinks fast, instantly cooking up a massive load of nonsense about her mysterious bestie opening the realm, while she just swooped in and stole all the glory at the last second. The assassin is not buying this garbage. Aggressively pressing her about this invisible partner, Sujin boldly claims her friend already bailed. Then she flips the script, screaming right in Chen Jun's face for letting his lapdogs interrogate her like a criminal. And folks, when it comes to his dream girl, this absolute simp stops using his brain. Without a second thought, he orders his elite killers to let her walk. As she turns her back, he actually tries to shoot his shot, desperately asking her out for dinner. Sujin brutally shoots him down, demanding he stop stalking her. The moment she vanishes, Chen Jun snaps back to reality and demands to know if Luda is still stuck in the safe zone. Could he be sneaking around the secret realm? His cronies swear they saw our boy trying to escape earlier, completely blocked by the heavy guard presence at the gates. With tonight being the absolute deadline, Chen Jun orders a total lockdown until exactly midnight. Why? Because at the stroke of 12, Luda's protection drops to 0. Instant death awaits. Meanwhile, Sujin finally escapes into the deep woods and whispers for our hero. Right on cue, Luda steps out from behind a giant boulder. She instantly starts trauma dumping, talking about how she nearly had a heart attack thinking Chen Jun caught him exiting the portal. She demands to know if Luda actually predicted those heavily armed mercenaries would be spawn camping the exit. Luda smirks, explaining that anyone dropping that much cash on elite assassins would obviously wait around to rob the lucky winner blind. Suddenly it all clicks. Sujin realizes why our genius protagonist begged her to land the final hit on the boss. It kept his name completely hidden from the server-wide announcements, saving his skin. Luda actually apologizes for using her as a human shield, wanting zero drama from his exposed identity. But Sujin just smiles, totally thrilled to be part of the heist. Now, they finally get a breather to inspect their glorious loot. The very first drop, an absolutely legendary magic shield that looks insanely overpowered. But there is a massive problem. How do they sneak back into the holy cemetery without Chen Jun catching them? If they pull off this stealth mission, they will hit level 25 and become unstoppable. Sujin considers calling her big sister for backup, knowing a level 30 enemy will completely wipe the floor with their current stats. But our smooth protagonist just drops a gentle head pat telling her to relax. Sujin instantly short-circuits, turning tomato red from the sudden riz. Trying to hide her intense blushing, she yanks out the mystery bounty scroll and excitedly asks if they should pop it open. Time for a quick lore drop because the system demands you pay attention. Quests in this brutal world come in 3 flavors. Regular, hidden, and high-risk bounty missions. Hidden quests are basically winning the ultimate lottery. Bounty quests. Complete wildcards usually packing a massive punch but slightly weaker payouts. Plus, these two have been chugging expensive health potions like crazy, so they desperately need a cash grab before going totally bankrupt. They rip open the bounty chest and bam! A massive monster materializes out of thin air. Before they can even process the threat, the system cheerfully congratulates them for summoning a level 28 Golden Shelton King. It asks if they want to risk upgrading the quest. Sujin stares blankly, utterly confused by the prompt. Luda grimly explains that hitting upgrade means gambling their current loot on a deathmatch. If they die, everything goes down the drain. Luda admits he would totally risk the upgrade playing solo, but protecting his secret identity from Chen Jun is way more important right now. Back. But Sujan, a true thrill-seeker, insists they snatch this golden chance before that rat Chen Jun finds out and ruins the party. Our hero pauses, nods at her flawless logic, and hits accept on the upgrade. Ding. A system alert flashes the hidden quest upgrade. Hunt the Shelton King. They have exactly 1 hour to clear it or it is game over. Sujan is absolutely drooling over the epic loot, but our hero sweats bullets. It is just the two of them against a monstrous level 28 king beast. Talk about unbalanced matchmaking. Suddenly, hushed voices echo nearby. The boss has spawned in the area. Lu instantly clamps a hand over Sujan's mouth, dragging her behind a massive boulder. Speak of the devil, Chen Jun marches straight for the boss greed, practically leaking from his eyeballs. Seeing the level 28 Demon King, he nearly wets his pants. Still, he barks orders at his hired killers to drain its health. Naturally, this coward plans to steal the last hit to claim all the glory without lifting a single finger. Classic villain trash. The mercenary leader maps out a battle plan like an elite heist crew, then charges the demon head-on. Executing their strategy, they launch perfectly timed combo attacks that honestly look insanely cool. Meanwhile, our dynamic duo is just chilling behind the rock, casually enjoying the free VIP action movie. Sujan whispers, wondering if our hero is just waiting to hijack the boss when its health bar hits 0. Lu smirks, dropping a wise proverb that basically means blindly marching right into the tiger's den, which is hilariously exactly what clueless Chen Jun and his meat shields are doing right now. They have 0 clue. Our sneaky main character is plotting a legendary kill steal. Sujan watches these assassins trade heavy blows with the monster, and she has to admit, these guys are packing serious heat. Meanwhile, Lu shifts into full gamer analytical mode, studying their perfectly oiled murder machine. Annoyingly enough, their synergy is actually flawless. But wait, the mercenary leader suddenly gets a tingling spider sense that something is very wrong, and he whispers a warning to his crew. In the background, useless, Chen Jun is screaming his lungs out, ordering them to hurry up and slaughter the beast. One of the annoyed assassins seizes the moment trash-talking Chen Jun to their boss, actively trying to spark a mutiny. And honestly, it works like a charm. The leader boils with rage, lashing out violently at a random rock. Except that is the exact rock hiding our snooping duo. The boulder explodes into dust, leaving our heroes standing there like caught deer. Our boy casually steps forward, playing it cool despite his master plan blowing up in his face. The assassin boss instantly squares up, challenging Lu to a deadly duel, since he assumes our hero is mocking them. Then Chen Jun spots Lu and loses his absolute mind, screaming, "What the heck are you doing out here? You should be locked in the safe zone." To make it sweeter, he sees Sujan is with him. She brutally roasts him, saying he should worry about his own miserable life. Critical damage. Chen Jun throws a massive tantrum, ordering the hit squad to execute their deal. The leader barks at his crew to grab the safe zone survivors. In a flash, the assassin boss dashes straight at our main character. Lu goes full night mode, shoving Sujan aside and tanking the brutal strike himself. He crashes hard. The assassin stands over him, talking mad trash about crushing Lu with his bare hands. But Sujan is not having it. She leaps into the fray, vowing to protect our boy. Using her epic distraction, Lu activates true main character energy. He chain casts 3 magic spells, simultaneously blasting the arrogant leader into a heavily injured state. Meanwhile, the demon boss enters its berserk phase, absolutely ragdolling the other helpless assassins who scream in terror. The bleeding leader glares at our duo, then sprints back to save his team while Lu is already scheming. How do I finesse this entire raid? He smirks, planning to let them fight the big boss first. Cut to the safe zone, where his remaining crew is having a full-blown panic attack over survival. One guy whines that they should have just sacrificed Lu to the killers. Awkward silence fills the room. Suddenly, they see the deadly mercenaries formally exit the area, and a massive sigh of relief washes over the crowd. But anxiety remains. Fearing the assassins realized our hero already escaped their trap, a random survivor tries to calm the panic, yelling that they need to stop worrying about Lu and start hunting, or everyone is going to perish right here. But Yao refuses to abandon our main character to these bloodthirsty mercenaries. His entire squad drops their jaws. Wait, you are serious? After a dramatic pause, Lu commands the guild to march straight into the city of death. The kicker he offers to double their paychecks. Then, this absolute madman strides out of the safe zone completely solo. The crew mutters behind his back, but hey, money talks. They instantly follow him because nobody turns down double loot. Meanwhile, back at the epic boss battle, the arrogant leader charges in. He screams that his team only exists to play support because the glorious final strike belongs to him alone. They blast the monster with holy light magic. But the boss literally swats this clown like a pesky mosquito. Bam, he gets flattened into the dirt. Suddenly, a massive three-way standoff begins. Everyone is just sweating and staring, while Chen looks absolutely terrified. The monster breaks the ice by attacking first. Our boy and Sujin instantly team up completely, ready to slay this beast. But wait. The assassin leader sneaks up from behind. Hell no. He refuses to let our main character steal his precious boss kill. The scumbag prepares a dirty backstab when suddenly a storm of blazing fireballs erupts from nowhere. The assassin completely misses. Enter the Supreme Guild sent by Yao to protect our hero. Suddenly, our boy has his own personal army. The assassin leader fumes with rage and orders his crew to attack Boom A. Full-blown guild war erupts while our laser-focused main character keeps grinding the boss. The mercenary leader glares at him, completely baffled. How is this kid so insanely overpowered? Refusing to lose his loot, he blindly charges at our hero again. But Sujin pulls her signature crowd control magic, freezing him in his tracks. The leader is sick and tired of her stalling. Ignoring Chen's strict orders to keep her alive, he finally snaps. He breaks free with a burst of aura and impales Sujin right through the chest. Our boy watches this tragedy unfold, and his very first thought is, damn it, there goes my massive escort paycheck. Meanwhile, Sujin hits the floor, wishing him luck before getting completely yeeted back to the real world by the game system. Now our boy is genuinely annoyed. Time to end this joke. He goes full anime protagonist, spamming 3 ultimate spells at once for maximum devastation. After absolutely curb-stomping the giant beast, the final blow lands. The boss dissolves and the sweet system notification pops up with a mission. Clear Yao and his greedy crew are chilling far away. They spot massive smoke clouds and just nod. Yep, our boy definitely cooked that boss. Our hero just bagged a top-tier defensive skill from the Secret Realm drop table. He is calculating his fast-approaching level up when the system suddenly asks if he wants the Golden Skeleton King as a pet. He gets hyped beyond belief and instantly clicks yes, who refuses a literal Skeleton King. Back to that absolute trash bag, Chen. He is still blackmailing the assassin leader, threatening his little daughter, demanding every single piece of the boss loot. The leader tries to snatch our hero, but fails horribly. Chen barks another threat, but this time the leader mentally snaps. Instead of hunting our boy, he dashes at Chen and plants a devastating dropkick right into his chest. Chen hits the dirt hard. With a cold blade pressed to Chen's throat, the leader promises instant death if his daughter is harmed. Sweating bullets. Chen tries to change the subject. He whines that if they ignore our boy, his level will infinitely skyrocket. The leader just walks away arrogantly, boasting he can easily crush our hero whenever he feels like it. Meanwhile, Yao and his guild are absolutely panicking. Our boy accidentally left them stranded in deep enemy territory. The assassin leader spots the stray guild and orders an execution. But Chen intervenes, cooking up a supposedly genius evil plan. He knows our hero will return for Yao, making them the perfect bait. Cut back to the main character. He officially hits level 25 and claims his sick new boss pet. Suddenly, the Misty Pavilion General slides into his messages, hardcore guilt-tripping him. He claims Sujin died because of his negligence, and the Supreme Guild is currently trapped for saving his skin while he supposedly ran like a coward. Sujin also texts him demanding he wait so they can run co-op against the assassins. But our boy does not even blink. He instantly rejects her party invite. He is already planning to strictly solo the leader as payback. The camera pans over, showing a brutally beaten Yao, absolutely wrecked, swollen, and covered in nasty bruises. He is quietly praying for Luo to show up and save their behinds. And right on cue, our boy walks into the scene with absolute main character energy. Chen Jun spots him and lets out a super evil villain laugh, thinking, this idiot actually showed up. Yao immediately starts begging Luo for help, sounding desperate as heck. Our main character walks straight toward Chen Jun and the assassin leader with zero fear, basically projecting, you guys want to kill me so bad. Come try it then. The leader suggests letting Luo step closer before attacking. But Chen Jun is way too cocky, scoffing, nah, we do not need strategy to kill some low-level beast tamer. Then he orders one of his goons to kick Yao, who gets brutally dragged over and dumped right in front of our hero. Seeing him all beaten up, Luo tells Yao to leave because he can handle this solo. But Yao, with his face looking like a literal punching bag, tries to warn him that these mercenaries are ridiculously overpowered and he should run. Our boy refuses to back down though. So Yao promises if he retreats now, he will definitely call for backup. Standing in front of the assassin leader and his crew, Luo just smirks and challenges them to a fight. They immediately rush at him, ready to end his whole career. But then our boy pulls the ultimate flex and summons his Dark Skeleton King, the legendary pet he looted from the boss. Chen Jun and the leader go pale as ghosts. Staring at this massive nightmare, they are like, what the heck? Cut back to a few moments earlier when Luo got his new pet. This absolute madman realized his little pet scorpion was not going to cut it anymore and made the most ruthless play ever. He fed the poor skeleton to his new pet. That thing straight up devoured the scorpion and evolved into this rare Dark Skeleton King, unlocking a ton of broken skills in the process. Luo even equipped a full necromancer suit. After refining it, he snagged several Demon Slayer items. He also slapped on defensive boots to massively buff his armor, and with the warrior attributes stacking, his attack damage went through the roof. After all this crazy grinding, our overpowered hero finally felt ready to throw hands. Back in the present, the Dark Skeleton King launches a heavy attack on the mercenaries and deletes half of them in a single hit. Everyone is just standing there, utterly speechless. Chen Jun assesses the horrific situation and starts screaming at the leader to handle this himself if he wants his daughter to stay alive. The leader readies his weapon to fight our protagonist, but he is internally planning to completely destroy Chen Jun after this is over. He decides to rush our boy, thinking as long as the tamer falls, the pets become completely useless. So he charges at full speed. But Luo casually blocks the heavy blow with his staff like it is nothing. Our boy smiles, looks at this idiot, and asks, "Did you really think I am a squishy mage?" Suddenly, the skeleton attacks the leader from behind in a glorious sneak attack. While the monster smashes him from the blind spot, our boy joins the party and blasts him with pure magic, sending this grown man flying across the dirt like a rag doll. The elite mercenary leader is lying there in utter disbelief, probably wondering, how did I get wrecked this badly? The other mercenaries are desperately trying to fight the Dark Skeleton King, but they are getting absolutely cooked. The assassin leader realizes what is up and yells at his crew to focus all aggro on Luo first, since he is the one controlling this beast. He breaks down the strategy. 2 high-agility rogues need to kite the skeleton while everyone else jumps our protagonist. They rush at our boy, and one of them is about to land a critical hit. But plot twist, the Supreme Guild members, Yao called, finally arrive on the scene. Their leader steps forward and introduces himself as Li Xiaoyao, the vice president of the Supreme Guild, basically declaring, "The cavalry is here, losers." Our boy thanks him but also tells them they can retreat whenever if things get too dangerous, because he is not trying to get them wiped out. Xiao Yao is like, "Nah, we are good to go," and orders his men to advance. They start absolutely farming the mercenaries one by one, turning this battlefield into a total massacre. The assassin leader watches in pure horror while our hero is hyped as heck, seeing the backup arrive. But the leader refuses to quit. He is about to launch an ultimate attack when suddenly he gets an urgent message. It says that Sujin successfully rescued his daughter Chi-Chi, and she is totally safe now. Reading this, the hardened killer literally sheds a tear of pure joy and immediately commands all his men to stop fighting. Chen Jun keeps screeching at him, still threatening the leader about his daughter because this utter clown does not know she is already saved. The assassin leader has had enough of this annoying brat. He grabs Chen Jun and starts choking him out, brutally announcing he already has his daughter back. And now Chen is about to meet his maker. Chen Jun starts begging for his life, like the pathetic coward he is. But the leader does not hesitate at all. He drives his sword straight into Chen's chest, ending him on the spot. Luo asks. Someone asks if the assassin boss is worried about poking the bear by killing Chen Jun. But this mercenary king straight up says family over everything. He literally drops to his knees, begging our boy Luo to pass his massive thanks to Sujin. He even swears to pay back all his bloody debts. But then, Xiao steps up, dropping an absolute truth bomb. 235 guildmates were slaughtered by these guys. And payback is due. The assassins are collectively sweating bullets, but their boss barks at them to freeze. Meanwhile, Luo is just standing there, fully prepped to send the boss to the Shadow Realm for Sujin. Bam! As the head honcho's HP hits 0, he's just thinking, man, these damage numbers are totally glitched. He realizes our boy is built different. Bro, seriously. You're literally respawning and your last thought is about stat balancing instead of your daughter. Peak gamer brain. Anyway, the surviving mercenaries are completely ready to throw hands with Luo for deleting their boss. Pure, unfiltered murder is flashing in their eyes. Knuckles are cracking, weapons are loaded. But suddenly, every single smartphone pings in perfect harmony. They check the group chat, and it is a message from their freshly unalived boss saying, "Yo, thanks to Luo and his friend, my daughter is safe. Touch a single hair on them and you are permanently banned from the guild." Now these hired killers are glitching out, man. You can literally watch the 5 stages of grief speedrun across their faces in exactly 5 seconds flat. Meanwhile, our boy Luo is just watching this absolute circus. completely clueless to the group chat drama. He honestly probably thinks they are all suffering a synchronized stroke or something similar. Suddenly, Vice President Xiao starts absolutely losing his marbles because the heavily armed mercenaries are marching right over. But Luo just waves it off. Chill out, bro. And holy smokes, he is right, because every single killer just hits their knees like they are proposing. They start sobbing about how they need to repent for the Supreme Guild massacre. They refuse to let their boss take total blame. Luo instantly spots an opportunity. He starts dropping this massive anime protagonist speech about unity, fighting true enemies, and defending the glorious Dragon Nation. He milks the dramatic lighting perfectly. Then, the absolute capitalist hits them with, pay double the damages, and hard carry our guild through the third world dungeon. The mercenaries literally do not even blink. They just yell, say less boss, because honestly, this is a massive bargain. They caught bodies, and their only punishment is paying a fine and grinding some raids. The camera pans as our boy struts out of the portal, leaving Zhao finally understanding why everyone acts like Luo's personal fan club. When our hero flexes into the safe zone, random players are literally drooling over his dark skeleton summon. Their minds are blown, wondering how this newbie pulled an ultra-rare drop. Meanwhile, Luo checks the pet stat sheet, which is absolutely busted, except for a totally blank skill tree. Then, he remembers those 2 shiny skill books from his loot, and figures, time for an upgrade. But while he is scrolling through menus, Sujin comes sprinting over, screaming his name. Is she asking if he is okay? Or if he needs healing? Nope. Her first priority is, did you finish off Chen Jun? Luo casually explains that while he fully intended to send Chen Jun to the respawn screen, it was actually Pai who kill-stole the boss. Sujin instantly breathes a massive sigh of relief, making Luo raise an eyebrow at why she is sweating the details. She drops the lore. Chen Jun is the precious only son of the mighty Chen Yi. It is guaranteed that the angry dad will go full action movie revenge mode on the killer. Luo just stands there, processing how Sujin is the actual MVP. First, she literally tanked a death for him, and now she is speedrunning to drop vital intel about angry boomers. A hopeful sparkle lights up Sujin's eyes. She thinks he is finally realizing her romantic feelings. You can practically see the pink romance manga bubbles floating around her. But then our painfully dense protagonist zones her as a loyal partner. You can literally watch her soul exit her physical body. With total defeat in her eyes, she screams internally, "Partner, I literally sacrificed my life for you, bro." Trying to cope, she switches gears, demanding to know how he will repay her for dropping a whole level and burning a revive. Instantly, Luo swears to carry her through the alternate dimension, but he insists on delaying it until tomorrow. Right now, they need to log out and actually sleep like normal human beings. Scene transition to the real world. Our boy crashes at his apartment feeling totally relaxed. But obviously, peace is strictly illegal for main characters. His phone buzzes with a mystery caller. When he answers, a familiar voice drops a massive thank you. It is Pai Chi. The assassin got Luo's digits from Sujin, just so he could properly bow his head in gratitude, lovingly watching his rescued daughter sleep. With zero hesitation, Pai Chi confesses he would burn the world down for his daughter. He swears to ditch the underground mafia garbage and start grinding dungeons legitimately. Our boy nods, giving him the ultimate protagonist stamp of approval. But the very next morning, knock knock, Luo wakes up to a delivery guy shoving a mystery package right in his face. Spoiler alert, our broke hero definitely did not order anything. Paranoia kicks in, but inside, a VIP pass to the pro tournament. His jaw hits the floor so hard it bounces. He stares at the fancy paper, sweating. Did a fellow time traveler just dox his secret identity? Is there another reincarnator lurking in the shadows? Suddenly his phone vibrates like absolutely crazy. A frantic text screams at him to check the news as soon as possible. One tap later, his blood runs cold. Holy plot twist. Some absolute maniacs just nuked the professional guild headquarters to dust. 45 people dead, including Pai Chi, and his innocent 9-year-old little girl. Luo's eyes turn pitch black. Taking out a kid, these scumbags just crossed the ultimate villain line. Grabbing his coat, his galaxy brain does the math. A mysterious letter followed by a massacre. Yeah, the universe is definitely out to get him. Step 1, abandon the apartment immediately. But wait, the protagonist alarm is blaring. He can practically feel the stalker eyes on his neck. Time for evasive maneuvers. He spams taxi rides, zigzags through alleys, and runs marathon circles. After absolutely breaking his stalker's ankles, he miraculously spawns in front of a real estate office. A gorgeous agent greets him at the door. Looking for a secret lair, she basically asks. Luo nods. This extremely blessed lady instantly launches into her ultimate top-tier sales combo. She hypes up this premium crib and asks for a house tour. Luo, running for his life, agrees. Boom, teleport to the new neighborhood. The agent is shamelessly spamming him with location stats. Great neighborhood, perfect feng shui, 0 serial killers. Just standard real estate dialogue. Luo does a 5-second scan and drops the magic words. Shut up and take my money. The agent ascends to heaven aggressively, preparing the contract. Suddenly, his ringtone interrupts. It is Sujin Yan, checking if they are still crashing the third world servers together. She casual flexes that she already rented a base and will wire him his cut. Nice. Cut to Luo in his shiny new living room meditating before jumping back into the digital meat grinder. Flash forward, our duo spawns in the safe zone. Instantly arrogant randoms approach. These trash-tier players try stealing Sujin, calling our overpowered main character a useless newbie. Before Luo can literally delete them, Yao teleports in, chokeslamming the absolute loudest clown. He starts roasting them for disrespecting the boss. But Xiao Yao quickly steps in, sweating bullets. He begs Yao to dodge the aggro so Luo does not get cancelled later. Yao violently releases them. You can tell Yao wanted to throw hands. Meanwhile, Sujin is blushing from all the chaotic energy. Yao proudly reveals his squad. We have got Xiao Yao on buffs and Shen Yi dropping heals. They generously offer to carry our secret weapon. Luo smiles and hits reject. He only needs Sujin. The chat shifts to Chentin Chan. Apparently this guy is a walking cheat code nobody dares touch. But Luo's spidey senses tingle again. That guy definitely radiates secret final boss energy. Sujin starts panicking. Luo already made an enemy out of Chen Jun, meaning a death mark is guaranteed. Luo just smirks like a true Chad. Let them come, he will just farm them for experience. Standing on the sidelines, Yao's squad is chewing on lemons. The pure jealousy is hilarious. They are internally screaming. Why does this dude get the absolute goddess of the server? Our hero spins around, eyes glowing dangerously. Less talking, more raiding. You guys ready? A massive yes echoes. On cue, the holy blue screen of destiny descends upon them. Challenge, the third world boss, Luo smashes, accept. Boom, the fabric of reality tears apart. They step into the abyss, and a blood-red notification drops. Welcome to the death zone. Welcome to the God Descends world. Yao looks around thinking it is a walk in the park. But boom, pitch black sky. They look up, and thousands of bats are swarming like a gothic nightmare. And right in the middle of that flying circus drops an absolutely massive boss monster. Luo's jaw hits the floor. They are literally about to throw hands with the god of death himself. Not exactly a casual Tuesday. Our boy Luo instantly pops his detection skill to scan the boss's stats. Reading the crazy numbers, he just smirks. Yeah, this guy is way beefier than the last boss, but with my 2 pets and this shiny undead gear, we are golden. The boss suddenly unleashes an ear-piercing screech, and the ground literally cracks wide open. A dark skeleton king and a massive army of bony warriors start crawling out. Luo does not even flinch. He summons his pets, ordering a total wipeout. Then, with zero hesitation, he casually launches a flaming missile and deletes an entire mob in one single shot. Xiao is just standing there, absolutely flabbergasted that our guy just uninstalled an entire squad with one hit. Meanwhile, everyone else is out here sweating bullets just to chip away at a single skeleton. Luo drops the master plan. He will 1 versus 1 the boss, while the team handles the trash mobs. He strictly tells Yao to park himself somewhere safe, since the guy has 0 revives left and is literally on his last life. Sujin and Sheni are hyping Luo up, but Xiao looks around totally confused. Yo, where did Guildmaster Yao run off to? Cut to Yao hiding like a coward behind a distant rock, yelling that he is on self-preservation duty miles away from the danger zone. Back to the real MVP. Luo realizes his new pet is the ultimate carry for this raid. While his skeleton pet perfectly handles crowd control, our boy charges headfirst at the god of death. The dark skeleton lands a nasty right hook on Kaiser's face, and Shani is losing her mind. She screams that a level 30 boss is getting absolutely bullied by Luo's pet, like it is a tutorial dummy. Our main character is also going feral on the boss, dropping hit after brutal hit. This combined beatdown keeps shocking the squad, while Xiao furiously reminds herself to focus and keep healing. The epic clash drags on for several intense minutes, trading blows back and forth, until Luo finally drops the ultimate finisher and deletes the boss from reality. The system chimes in, congratulating the squad, and the team absolutely loses their minds, popping off because they are the first team ever to clear World 3. Luo tells Sujin and Yao that they should totally camp here and grind for a few days. Farming experience now will make World 4 a total breeze when the real nightmares show up. Both agree this is big brain energy and decide to stay. Fast forward a bit, and our hero is back in his dark apartment, dead on his feet and ready to sleep before World 4. He walks in, ignores the light switch, and collapses into bed. A gamer just needs his rest right. But wait, he feels something. His hand brushes against something totally squishy. He freezes. There is a whole person in his bed. He jumps up in utter panic. Holy jackpot. The sleeping beauty before him would make any single guy thank the heavens. And maybe his lower half too. But nope. Our idiot protagonist has 0 romance stats. He aggressively moonwalks out of the room and furiously speed dials his realtor. Yo, what the heck? Is this a co-op lobby or something? And this absolute menace of an agent has the audacity to pretend she warned him. Straight up gaslighting a max-level player. Our guy is standing there thinking, I know for an absolute fact you never mentioned a roommate. But instead of saying sorry like a sane person, she activates her ultimate Karen mode. She screams about how hard her team worked to carry him into this apartment lease. Now he is complaining when he never specifically banned roommates. Our boy is just standing there buffering. Wait, how did this glitch become my fault? Defeated, he demands she find him a new solo base immediately. She agrees, but slaps him with a massive cooldown timer. Hovering outside the bedroom where the mystery girl is still out cold, Luo pulls out his shiny tournament invite. It is for the highly anticipated 100th Pro League Championship in 2 weeks. And our guy is locked in. In his past life, he got a game over before he could ever reach the leaderboards. This respawn, he is fully determined to dominate the pros and become a legend. The only bug in the system. He desperately needs to hit level 31 to qualify. And since his apartment is compromised by the Sleeping Beauty, he decides to dive right back into the portal. Just as he steps toward the grind, his phone buzzes. It is an SOS text from Yao Al. Meanwhile, back in the Shadowland of World 3, Yao is sweating bullets surrounded by 3 cute girls, who are absolutely roasting his low-level vibes. They ask if this scrub can actually carry them, because he looks like total fodder. Yao desperately tries to save face, bragging that even if he fails, his overpowered big bro will definitely save the day. Boom spawn. Successful. Lu drops into the alternate dimension, and these girls instantly start throwing massive shade. Why? Because he is playing a beast tamer. To them, that is the ultimate trash tier class. Yao is practically groveling, begging our main character to party up and carry them. Lu just chuckles, completely exposing him. Bro, are you seriously doing all this just to flex for some girls? Yao then drops the actual mission. They need to completely vaporize the level 27 skeleton boss. Here is the hilarious part. Yao already threw his entire squad at it, and they got absolutely folded. So Lu is literally their final lifeline. Stepping up to the undead boss arena, our hero tells the squad to stay put. But these girls just keep yapping, totally convinced he is just going to feed and die. Literally 3 minutes later, our guy just casually strolls right back out. One of the girls instantly smirks, assuming he got absolutely wrecked, and rage quit the raid. But Lu just pats Yao, says the boss is deleted, and dips out to do his own thing. Yao is standing there hyping our boy up like a paid sponsor, while the girls frantically check their system logs. Their jaws literally drop. They are completely shook that he speed ran the dungeon that fast. Once the quest completion pops up, 2 of them instantly start sweet-talking Yao. He hits them with the reminder. They made a bet to be his girlfriends for 7 days if Lu won, but the 3rd girl suddenly bolts. She is clearly way more interested in tracking down Lu than paying up. Yao grabs her and she begs to be released. Cut to a bit later, this same girl sneaks up behind our boy and whispers Asura. That is the legendary name our hero used in his past life. Lu is internally sweating bullets but plays it off. Nah, Asura died 100 years ago. This girl is not buying that bluff for a second. She insists he is not dead because the legendary Asura is standing right in front of her. Ding. The light bulb goes off. She is the troll who sent that mysterious letter. Our boy instantly chokes her against the wall. Who the heck are you, and how do you know my secret? The girl tries to play hardball, gasping that she will only drop the lore if he does a massive favor for her first. Big mistake. This just triggers our protagonist's murder hobo instincts. Now she is crying, swearing on her life she will keep her mouth shut. And honestly, he is genuinely debating just sending her to the respawn screen to silence her forever. But he pauses. He needs to know who the real mastermind is behind this whole leaky secret. He demands her terms and she drops the most gamer request ever. She needs a hard carry through the massive Pro League tournament. She explains he just needs to smurf her all the way through the local city preliminaries. Win that and she drops the entire lore drop. Our boy is baffled. Wait, are you seriously just in this sweat fest for the cash? Money is nice, but homegirl claims she actually wants to prove her gamer skills. Turning his back, Lu issues his ultimatum. Go grind to level 30 first. The girl gets ridiculously hyped, promising to spam his inbox the millisecond she hits level 30. But when she starts tailing him like an obsessed non-player character, Lu lays down the law. Only ping me for registration. That is it. Do not text me, do not call me, and go touch some grass. After successfully dodging the stalker, our guy logs into the fourth world Dragon Valley. He spawns right into the Temple of Light safe zone. It is completely lag city in here, packed with players from 2 different server regions. Now here are the crazy patch notes for this zone. 2 main objectives. First, absolutely obliterate at least 3 Lord-class Dark Dragons. Second, grind a dragon's trust meter up to level 5. Only then can he unlock the raid boss door. Plus, hitting level 30 unlocks a shiny new pet slot, meaning he is absolutely stealing a flying dragon. Our boy is incredibly pumped for the grind. He deploys his current summons into the Dark Mountains, and they just start spawn-killing dragons like absolute monsters. While his pets are out there doing all the heavy lifting, Lou is literally just reading wiki guides on dragon weaknesses. But suddenly the audio cues get weird. He looks up and spots an entire sky-blocking swarm of flying dragons dive-bombing his exact coordinates. Our boy freezes. Hold up, this secret event never triggered in my past life. What in the glitch is happening? He quickly cashes in his experience points and orders his pets into battle formation. But plot twist, the Dark and Light Dragons totally ignore him and start a massive turf war. Since the Dark Dragons are getting absolutely clapped, Lou only needs to sweat over the Light Dragons. Then the difficulty spikes. A level 35 boss locks onto his aggro and charges, but his MVP pet jumps right into the crossfire, tanking the damage. Our protagonist scans the field and realizes there are 3 level 35 dragons here. He is seriously debating if he is about to get a one-way ticket back to the spawn zone. Suddenly, the giant Lord Dragon actually speaks. It promises to delete his account. Lou is just standing there, flabbergasted. Wait a minute, since when do you mobs have voice lines? The dragon hits him with a brutal pop-up quest. Betray the Light faction, join the dark side, or become instant dragon food. Surrounded by massive scales and teeth, Lou does the frantic gamer math. If he refuses, he gets wiped out, losing 2 entire levels. He absolutely cannot afford that kind of experience penalty. With literally 0 options left, our boy clicks accept. The Dark Dragon rips open a portal. To step through, bam, Luo lands in a creepy dark hall. Sadly, not a safe zone, but just a respawn and logout point. Waiting there is Goya, an edgy Dark Dragon Knight, drafting him into the Dark Clan. Suddenly, the system chimes in. Join the dark side. But wait. A second alert ruins his day. He just lost a level because his hidden quest expired. What a massive scam. Skipping small talk, Goya hands out the worst welcome gift. His first chore? Murder some light dragons to prove his worth. Forced to become a hitman, Luo suddenly gets a frantic text. That random girl from earlier is begging for help. He gives a hard pass, but she refuses to take no for an answer. She promises juicy Asura gossip if he helps. Now interested, he instantly fast travels back to World 3. He finds her looking pathetic and alone in the City of Death. She whines that her friends completely ditched her before the quest. With only half a day left, she had no choice but to beg for a carry. Luo does not care about her sob story. Quest in, quest out. But suddenly, Sujin crashes the party. She spots him and asks, "Wait, why are you here?" Then she notices the random girl. Panic mode spikes to 100. She desperately blurts out, "I am his cousin Ning Tian," trying to keep their shady deal totally under wraps. Completely clueless, Sujin gets hyped to meet the family and instantly invites herself to the quest. Great. Now our boy is trapped in an awkward 3-player party. Fast forward. Luo and Sujin are absolutely destroying zombies, while Tian sits on the bench feeling utterly useless. Watching Sujin, she silently cries, "Dang, this girl is a god, and I am just here for the participation trophy." Plot twist. While getting carried, her toxic former party members snitched on her. They ran straight to her boyfriend, crying that his girl is playing with another man. Ignorant to the drama, Tian profusely thanks them for the free experience points. Once Sujin logs off, Luo demands the Asura intel. She spills the beans. Asura lives in Linhai City's fancy Shua elegance community. Luo stands flabbergasted. "How do you know my home address?" He instantly orders his pet to attack. The giant bone monster grabs her throat. Definitely not a friendly hug. Turning blue, she desperately gasps that she will explain absolutely everything after the tournament. Luo sighs. This annoying girl actually knows how to use blackmail. Rolling his eyes, he finally tells his pet to drop her. She faceplants into the dirt, coughing violently. He drops one incredibly chilling warning, a death threat delivered with a smile. "Do not text me until hitting level 30. And believe me, deleting your account is child's play." Tian is still trembling on the floor, gently rubbing her bruised neck. She aggressively nods, promising to take this secret to her literal grave. Nobody else will ever find out. But Luo is sweating bullets over his leaked address. Time to fire up the apps and go apartment hunting again. Meanwhile, over in World 4, This absolute tryhard named God of War is fuming over the snitch text messages. Yep, he is the jealous boyfriend, completely losing his mind over his girl playing with another gamer. Worse yet, his little minion is pouring gasoline on the fire. Nobody disrespects our glorious vice leader. This guy is begging for drama. The only clue they have? The guy carrying Tian is some random beast tamer with a massive skeleton king pet. His username remains hidden. Sadly for the jealous boyfriend, they are on a crucial mission right now. The vice leader angrily bottles up his relationship trauma and barks orders at his guild. Focus on exterminating the dark dragons first. But speak of the devil. An edgy silhouette suddenly strolls right out, looking majestic. The guild squints through the fog, only to realize it is our main character, striking a pose. With his back turned like a protagonist, the vice leader instantly starts power-tripping hard. I own this map. Bow down and serve my guild. When Luo casually turns around, the entire squad is hit with absolute shock. An unknown player. Jaws hit the floor. How did some random nobody speedrun World 3 this fast? Tian's toxic boyfriend glares daggers at Luo. Never mess with the God of War guild. Meanwhile, our hero literally does not even know who these clowns are. With zero time for petty drama and actual quests to grind, Luo just ignores them and walks away. This disrespect makes the vice leader pop a vein, ready to fight his guildmates physically dogpile him. Calm down, boss, he is not worth it. They desperately stop him from doing something suicidal. The lackeys start whispering in disbelief. No way a trash-tier beast tamer cleared the map that fast. He must be an over-leveled Smurf account from Linhai City. After all, both cities share servers in World 4. Seething with rage, the vice leader vows to delete Luo next time. Right now, a hidden mission awaits. Chance to solo the epic corpse dragon boss. He orders his guild members to help him claim the loot. Strolling into the dragon's lair, they kick down the door like they own the joint. The vice leader is hyping himself up, completely sure this boss is an easy wipe. But wait, there is a random dude standing right before the dark dragon. The warg vice leader is absolutely stunned. Luo steps out of the smoke, boldly claiming the boss monster as his own. The tension instantly spikes to dangerous levels because now we have two massive egos claiming the exact same dragon. The vice leader barks at a minion to trash our boy, but Luo utterly obliterates the lackey in one single hit. The boss is completely buffering, unable to process a level 24 getting one-tapped so disrespectfully. Then he notices something totally bizarre. The terrifying corpse dragon right next to our main character is just chilling, not attacking him at all. Turns out our hero's actual mission is to babysit this giant dragon from these exact clowns, which is honestly the funniest plot twist. Luo summons his skeleton king, and the vice leader's tiny brain finally connects the dots. This is the absolute Chad that stole his girl Tien. The man's rage meter instantly hits maximum capacity. Meanwhile, our hero is fully locked in to finish this quest, especially after fumbling his last one. Our boy refuses to take another tragic loss. Seeing Luo looking so effortlessly cool, the vice leader goes feral. The man throws a massive tantrum because in his head, this dude just stole his girlfriend and his epic dragon on the exact same day. So naturally, he acts like a total rage-quitting toxic gamer. He starts screeching at his guild members, ordering his entire squad to completely erase our protagonist from existence. But here is the hilarious reality. These poor noobs are already getting absolutely stomped by the boss dragon clinging to life on 1 health point. Now they have to fight this cracked mystery player who just spawned like a literal raid boss. Oh yeah, these guys are totally cooked. Luo casually picks off the War Guild minions one by one. Very quickly, bodies start dropping everywhere, and the vice leader finally realizes he picked the wrong server. He chokes down his pride and screams at his remaining lackeys to run away, promising to return with the main force for round 2, because clearly this pathetic little squad was getting clapped. Suddenly, Luo remembers his brutal quest requirements. He must survive here for 24 whole hours. He knows for a fact these salty gamers are bringing their entire Discord server next time. He just smirks like bet. Time to fortify the base and prepare for an actual guild war. Then Luo remembers the crazy accusation the vice leader made about stealing his woman. Our boy is genuinely baffled by this drama. He is just standing there thinking, bro, what girl? I literally have no idea who you are. Afterwards, he slides into the direct messages of his buddy Yao, asking for the juicy lore on this warg guild. Who are these randoms anyway? Yao quickly drops the terrifying intel. These tryhards are ranked 2nd in the entire province, and Luo just casually replies, yeah, I just beat them up. After processing the stats, our protagonist realizes something important. Even though he is built completely different, he still needs heavy backup for this fight. It is a 100% guarantee that the enemy is bringing their entire army. He tells his pet dragon to guard the base and dips out to recruit some heavy hitters. Meanwhile, back in the mortal realm, Sujun discovers Luo is out there fighting the War Guild all alone. She instantly goes into full panic mode. She is genuinely terrified for our crazy hero. Cut to Luo, casually standing in a super creepy hall facing the dark leader Goya, straight up begging for backup. To his absolute shock, Goya does not even blink and instantly agrees to join the fight. Luo is completely mind-blown right now. The Holy Light Clan, those supposedly heroic good guys, are absolutely useless and never help anyone. Yet here is the terrifying Dark Clan acting like total bros and offering backup without a second thought. So, wasting absolutely no time, Luo explains the crazy situation. The Dragon Protection Mission, the massive incoming player raid, literally everything. Goya places a dramatic mentor-like hand on his shoulder, vowing like a true legend that they will ensure his quest succeeds. Just as they form this epic brotherhood, a loud red emergency warning flashes across Luo's vision. The corpse dragon is taking heavy damage. He needs to get back immediately before his boss gets completely deleted. He quickly teleports away while Goya strikes an anime pose, dramatically shouting that the darkness will always have his back. Meanwhile, back at the dragon's lair, it is pure, unfiltered chaos. The main warg forces have arrived with literally half the game server, and they are going completely goblin mode on that poor dragon. Hundreds of players rush in, spamming their ultimate flashy abilities everywhere. Suddenly, our main character materializes out of thin air, launching an epic counterattack. The toxic vice leader spots Luo and starts screeching at his entire army to focus fire on this one guy. Our boy calmly summons his pets and issues one final warning: log out right now or get sent to the respawn screen forever. But nah, these absolute clowns were completely dead set on digging his own grave. This delusional lightning mage actually thought he could solo our overpowered protagonist. He ordered his mindless mobs to focus aggro on the dragon. He fired his ultimate attack at Lu, but our guy's pet swatted it away like a pesky mosquito. Khan was just standing there, completely flabbergasted, jaw literally dragging on the floor. He panicked. How on earth is a beast tamer this broken? My lightning strikes are hitting like wet noodles. Suddenly, the skeleton warrior rushed in for the kill. He barely dodged the heavy blow, finally realizing one absolute truth: a head-on clash was pure suicide. But before his tiny brain could formulate a retreat plan, Lu casually tossed a massive fireball at his face. Panicking, he instantly popped a desperate shield spell, sweating buckets. How is one solo player pushing our entire squad to the brink? And then this clown did exactly what every third-rate villain does when the plot armor cracks. He entirely rejected hard facts and threw a spectacular toddler-level tantrum. He started screeching about never surrendering, bragging that he was the legendary lightning mage, an untouchable god of war, and other pure cringe dialogue. Our protagonist just deadpanned at him, sighing, "Bro, put these foolish ambitions to rest right now. Even if your entire trash guild blew all their ultimates on me, you are mathematically incapable of winning." And right on cue, an absolute unit of dark dragons blotted out the entire sky. Oh yeah, that was the casual backup our hero dialed up earlier. Seeing an entire aerial fleet roll in, Tamian lost all the color in his face. Meanwhile, our guy was just chilling with a massive smirk. "So do you clowns still want the smoke?" Tamian took one terrified glance at the apocalypse above, did the quick mental math of their incoming wipeout, and screamed for the war guild to retreat. The vice leader stood frozen in utter shock, because this was a legendary hidden quest. He absolutely could not afford to fail. But the big boss was not about to let his entire squad get deleted over some shiny loot. Then Tamian's two brain cells finally connected. Wait, why weren't the corpse dragons and lord dragons attacking the solo beast tamer? The horrifying truth clicked. Lu was their bodyguard, which meant clearing this stage was physically impossible now. The salty vice leader finally agreed to run away, but Chen made sure to drop the most cliché villain exit line ever: "We will definitely meet again." Meanwhile, the vice leader was still completely mauling at our main character over some fabricated romance drama his friends made up. This guy literally had raging beef over a total delusion. Fast forward 24 hours and the quest was finally complete. The giant dragons were sprawled across the dirt, catching their breath, and Lu was just lounging on a literal dragon like a luxury sofa. The glorious system bell chimed, spamming congratulations for clearing the impossible quest. Our guy patted the terrifying corpse dragon, saying, "Good work, team, you are off the clock." As the legendary beasts blasted into the clouds, Lu admired his massive loot drop. His reputation with the Dark Clan skyrocketed to level 3, which was absolutely clutch. With this insane payload, he could buff his pets to the moon. Next stop on the grind train, hitting level 30 to unlock that overpowered second pet slot. Plus, he tossed the rare items into his inventory because our protagonist was out here playing four-dimensional chess. Suddenly, his messages blew up with a pathetic cry for help. Lu shrugged. Content is content. Let's roll." Cut to the edgy city of destruction, where the desperate distress signal was actually an obvious trap set by Tien's insecure boyfriend. This clown was standing around doubting our hero would actually have the guts to show up, but mid-sentence Lu literally materialized out of thin air. The whole squad jumped back, eyes popping. Wait, this madman actually answered the bait. The jealous vice leader instantly pinged his main attack force, marching toward our guy with maximum fake alpha energy. We are definitely sending you to the respawn screen today, but Lu entirely ignored the trash talk. He just stared at the vice leader, hilariously confused. Yo, why do you keep crying about me stealing your girl? I literally do not even know who you are. That absolute critical hit to his ego made the vice leader boil with rage. Then the final boss of idiots finally arrived on scene. He told his raging underling to back off, claiming he would handle this solo player himself. Then this dude had the sheer audacity to offer our overpowered main character a spot in his garbage guild. Lu was just insulted. Chen extended his hand for a dramatic handshake, but Lu simply smirked. You are severely underestimating my pay grade. Chen's smug face instantly shattered, his voice dropping. Wait, are you seriously declaring war on us right now? Suddenly, a commanding voice echoed through the chaotic streets. Nobody touches Lu. The mob whipped around to see Lu Yao flexing with his entire Supreme Guild hit squad on one flank, while Su Jin had her terrifying Misty Pavilion assassins locked and loaded on the other. Both mega guilds projected pure lethal intent. Touch a single hair on his head and you log out forever. The vice leader was suddenly sweating bullets. Meanwhile, Tian tried to act tough, stammering out, "Do not mess with us, we are ranked number 2 in the province." Yao just ruthlessly burst out laughing in his face. Bro, my bank account and jawline both easily outrank you. Then Su Jin stepped forward, radiating pure, unadulterated murder aura. She calmly promised the mob that if they even breathed in Lu's direction, she would personally turn their whole squad into digital dust. The War Guild vice leader started aggressively recalculating his life choices. Heads barking, "We outrank them, let us fight," but Ten finally uses his single brain cell whispering, "Bro, we absolutely cannot throw hands right now." The vice leader is still puffing his chest, practically begging for the smoke. Ten immediately slaps him with a reality check. The Pro League tournament is literally around the corner. Starting a guild war over some petty drama is career suicide. Confronted by sheer logic, the tough guy swallows his pride and apologizes. Yet he cannot help but sweat, wondering just who this newbie is. If 2 entire powerhouse guilds are willing to declare war over him. Meanwhile, Tian is secretly scheming to snatch our boy up. Once the hostile guild finally retreats, Yao rushes over checking on our main character. Our hero just shrugs. Yeah, I am perfectly fine. But Sujin is visibly fuming at the disrespect. Breaking the tension, our hero blinks. Wait, why did you guys even show up? In perfect accidental synchronization, they both scream, "Join my guild." They freeze, glare at each other, and instantly declare war over his recruitment. It escalates into a totally unhinged bidding war. Sujin desperately yells, "Name your price, any salary you want," while Yao smirks playing the wingman card. "I will hook you up with a different waifu every single day." Sujin absolutely loses her mind, screeching at his utter shamelessness. But Yao doubles down with no regrets. "Bro, it is just what gamers want. Misty Pavilion cannot offer that." Driven completely insane, Sujin blindly screams, "I can fulfill all his desires." The very second those fatal words echo out, her soul leaves her body. She frantically backtracks, while Yao and our hero just stare at her in pure, stunned silence. Ignoring the massive romantic tension, our Giga Chad rejects them both. "I am only here to grind levels." He coolly walks away, leaving 2 legendary guildmasters completely dumbfounded. But as they watch his dramatic exit, they realize he is marching in the completely wrong direction. Meanwhile, in the real world, a jealous boyfriend is obsessively digging into the dark faction lore. Realizing our hero joined them, he uncovers a legendary hidden quest. A mission so impossibly hard the entire server thought it was a fake developer myth. His eyes glow with malicious joy. "This is how I finally ruin him." Back in the digital realm, a massive raid party is sweating bullets trying to pacify a screaming divine dragon whose egg just got swiped. Out of nowhere, they spot our hero casually strolling through the danger zone. Thinking he is doing the same quest, they shout, "Yo, want to team up and slay some dark dragons?" Our boy deadpans, "Nah. I am here to hunt the light dragons." This statement breaks everyone's brain. Before they can process it, a level 35 light dragon darkens the sky, and it looks absolutely murderous. Knowing they are innocent of egg theft, the raid party collectively shrugs. Not our problem. But instead of attacking the crowd, the majestic beast dive bombs our protagonist. The guild leaders are totally clueless about the incoming chaos, still frantically soothing the original angry winged lizard. Our hero confidently raises his shield, thinking he can tank this hit. Spoiler alert, he cannot. He eats a catastrophic 2,720 damage straight to the face. The dragon goes full berserk, raining down elemental fury until the mighty shield completely shatters. Panic sets in as our boy desperately retreats. The bystanders are completely flabbergasted. Why does this legendary raid boss have such a massive grudge against this random dude? But dragons possess a divine sense of smell. The scent of a stolen egg is clinging to him. Yao finally connects the dots, his eyes widening in pure shock. Meanwhile, our protagonist activates his ultimate skill, gaslighting me. Steal an egg, I am innocent, but his terrible acting just makes him look incredibly guilty, especially since the dragon is ignoring literally everyone else to focus purely on murdering him. Or perhaps its sacred instincts detect the shadowy aura of the dark faction dripping from his stats. Whatever the reason, he refuses to die today. He instantly summons his entire stable of familiars to form a desperate meat shield. But the boss strikes are chunking their health bars into the red. It becomes terrifyingly clear. At this rate, the main character is going to become premium dragon snacks. It turns out this entire disaster was a trap set by the rival guild. Realizing the danger, Sujin and Yao frantically command their legions to protect him. Sujin is completely blinded by love, refusing to believe he is a thief. She steps up desperately, trying to reason with the ancient beast. But the dragon does not care for human logic. It roars, "Provide proof of his innocence, or I will incinerate you all." The air crackles with lethal tension, but suddenly, Ning Tian drops into the battlefield like an absolute angel. She confidently announces she holds the proof to clear his name. Watching through a screen, her toxic boyfriend boils with rage. Ning activates the memory crystal, projecting the undeniable truth of the egg heist. And boom. The culprit is none other than Vice President Wu of the War Guild, caught red-handed on the magical playback. She points an accusing finger straight at his spot on the cliff with his lackeys. Wu completely loses his mind, screaming absolute murder at her for destroying his reputation. The light dragon, eyes blazing with furious realization, instantly descends upon Wu's squad, demanding the return of its precious brood. These corrupt fools are trembling like leaves, knowing they already sold the merchandise. The majestic beast, overflowing with absolute wrath, simply obliterates them from existence in one breath before vanishing into the sky. Sujin sprints over to shower Ning with gratitude, claiming they would all be dragon food without her epic intervention. Ning beams, thrilled to finally stop being dead weight. But our main character, he has that icy glint of absolute vengeance in his eyes. He declares a one-man war, vowing to hunt down every last War Guild member involved in this disaster. Meanwhile, over at the God of War Guild headquarters in Zhang City, terrified grunts are desperately reporting that Vice President Wu's squad just got vaporized by a divine dragon. On top of that, Luo is out here moving like a ghost, going full shadow assassin and hunting their guildmates one by one. They dump all this panic onto their boss, Tan, who does not even flinch. He coldly commands his men to initiate a total lockdown on the fourth world. Zero entry allowed, and every idiot tied to the egg scandal is stripped of their guild status instantly. A trembling subordinate hesitates, stammering out that maybe they should rethink this reckless purge, since the pro leagues are right around the corner. But Boss Tan literally could not care less. He completely doubles down, demanding fresh blood to replace the useless trash he just banished. Then with a sinister smirk, he casually drops the ultimate bombshell: he will personally crush that arrogant beast tamer. Shifting back to the real world, our overpowered boy gets a quick call from his housing agent about a nearby apartment viewing. Luo casually agrees to swing by later that afternoon. The scene cuts to a suspicious delivery driver lurking outside a random apartment. He knocks, and when Ning opens the door, her soul practically leaves her body. The guy holding the package is actually the disgraced Wu in total disguise. She desperately attempts to slam the door, but Wu blocks it with one hand like an absolute villain and forces his way inside, growling that she is not escaping his wrath. Ning stumbles backward, completely paralyzed by fear, begging to know what this psycho wants. Wu totally snaps, roaring that her little stunt got him expelled from the elite guild and burned his entire career to ash, all while she happily joins the big leagues with that beast tamer. Ning frantically tries to explain she is not teaming up with Luo. She was just trying to stop a totally innocent guy from becoming a dragon's midnight snack. But Wu is too blinded by fury to listen. Without letting her finish a single word, this unhinged madman lunges at her, viciously slamming her onto the bed and trapping her there. Ning screams out in sheer terror, tears streaming down her face. But right when things are looking incredibly dark, an iron grip seizes Wu by his collar and violently launches him across the room like a discarded toy. The hero emerges. Our boy Luo arrives with the legendary save. Perfect timing as always. The very second Ning sees her savior, she scrambles over and pulls him into a desperate, tearful hug. Wu glares at them, looking like he is about to pop a major blood vessel from pure jealousy and rage. Ning frantically shouts that she has absolutely no connection to Luo, but this stubborn fool ignores reality. He charges forward again, howling murderous threats. Our overpowered protagonist is not having even a second of this nonsense. Luo unleashes a devastating backstrike instantly, following up with a brutal punch to the face that sends the pathetic villain eating dirt blood, practically exploding from his nose. While Ning stammers out another nervous explanation of her relationship to Luo, our stone-cold hero cuts her off, stating he literally does not care, he just heard an annoying ruckus and came to silence it. However, he suddenly realizes this girl is his actual neighbor, and fate is rarely this much of a coincidence. Crossing his arms, he demands the real story. She sheepishly admits she only spotted him once in reality, before crossing paths in the awakened realm. Luo is completely baffled as to why she keeps calling him Aora. Ning nervously confesses she peeked at the name on a random piece of mail delivered to his door. She pulls out the exact envelope, and boom, it is an official invite for the Professional Awakening tournament. Our hero begins to drop his guard slightly, but his eyes narrow as he wonders who on earth delivered this mysterious message. After stepping out, he casually tosses the letter back, telling her to hold on to it. Ning desperately begs to crash at his pad, terrified that Wu knows her location. Luo immediately hits her with a hard no, but she turns on the puppy eyes, crying that she is homeless and entirely broke. Remembering how her epic evidence saved him from becoming Dragon Barbecue, Luo smoothly wires her 100,000 won from his tournament stash and tells her to consider it a permanent gift. As he strides down the hallway, Ning mutters to herself in total defeat, crying that nobody likes a broke and useless side character like her. The scene drastically shifts to our hero, standing tall before Boss Goya, having finally secured the Dark Clan's absolute trust, the process. Goya promised an epic hidden quest with legendary loot. Plus, Luo just smashed level 30 and he is itching for a class awakening before grinding anything else. Bam, scene change. Our absolute unit steps into the trial zone alongside his trusty bone bro. King A glowing system window slaps him with the survival rules. But wait, another terrifying prompt drops a bombshell. Die here and lose 3 whole levels. Yikes. Luo scans the room and smirks. So, this is the legendary necromancer awakening quest. Totally not the spooky graveyard he expected. Zero time to waste though. He aggressively opens his minimap, pinpoints the target, and orders his bony king to march. But after 2 steps, a random giant hand bursts through the screen.